Hello, hello, you old whippersnappers. I am sorry. Yeah, you're older, so yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode, and maybe even the last episode of this season of Avatar Legends. It's been a while. We had to miss a few weeks because of some players that weren't able to play. Not every time the same one, luckily, but still. Because real life shit can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But we're back and we're going to finish this story. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Apparently not, because I don't hear any reaction of it.
So I thought you were talking to the people, not
Talking to
us.
the audience, yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm forwarding in chat.
Is the audience playing?
I don't know.
They're
They could
watching
be,
along
they could
with
be
us.
excited to watch.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
they can.
Yeah,
They
but
can
I don't,
respond.
I don't, I can't hear the audience. So I can
We
hear
don't
you
have the
now.
special. Yeah, we don't have the audio effects for it yet.
No.
Oh, we don't have text to speech. Darn.
No, we don't have the left track, which we can add with a button.
Course.
Yeah, not a fan.
Let's get on that.
Not a fan.
Don't worry about it.
As always,
That's not the fucking right one.
Oh, there we go.
yes, folks, we are back. Okay. For those that might have forgotten,
I thought it would just be the sitcom laugh. I didn't know. Keep going. I'm losing it over here.
yeah,
We are professionals.
maybe this will help if to get you out of it. Dawn, tell us, for the people that haven't watched for quite a while, who are you playing?
Oh my god, I am Don. I am playing Karma, the Icon Airbender. Jesus.
And he broke himself.
Yeah.
Okay. And Phoenix, who are you playing?
Yes, I'm Phoenix, and I'm playing Gothon Iwatha, the Bold Playbook, which is a waterbender, who is, just generally around. He's been taken in by this ragtag group who immediately pulled him into a professional game of bending. So that was a fun way to start.
That's not my fault because I didn't see anything of it.
Indeed,
But
you
mostly
don't.
because I play Tufan, the Broken Playbook, who is a blind airbender. That's why I don't see anything happening. So I always have a way to get out of stuff because I can just say I didn't see anything. And this game is being led by...
That's me. Hi, I am Nalise. I have been GMing for the last 8 episodes. Apparently, this is episode 9.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if it ends tonight. I think we can do it. If not, it might stretch into 2 sessions. But we'll see.
Well, as I always say, PvTA games like this one, most of the time to finish all arcs, it takes about 10 to 12 sessions.
Yes.
So it's not bad if there's one extra session because then we are at 10.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So let's get into it,
But-
shall we?
Yes, I do actually have a question for you folks before we start, which is, do you remember where we were?
We're gonna
Republic
die.
City.
Because I do, but it's more interesting if one of you say it.
Republic City.
Yes.
Okay.
At Temple Island. There we go.
Ah.
Yeah, we were
Some
at
of us
Air
are.
Temple Island. Because I
Tell you
believe
when I can get onto the foundry.
Oh.
You can.
Use the Discord link.
Yeah, I thought I had it, but give me a second.
Oh damn it! I lost my the move that I had since I changed all the playbooks.
Oh no. Oh no.
You have to note it down in the previous version.
Well, the lucky thing is I only have a few airbending techniques, so Slider's detection was the one I had.
Mhm.
Does everyone else still have their moves as well?
And it
or-
was
Yes.
already mastered, I believe.
Yes, that one was.
Yeah, and of course the standard one, watchful protection.
Mhm.
Yeah. The
Right.
the rest, I didn't change any of the rest because mine was the only one that wasn't in the original uh, playbook format as the rest. I have deleted my old one and added the new one with the right layout.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
The only
Gotcha.
thing that is in a different part is the which emotions I constantly have as a result of my wounds, because you can change them on the text only in editable parts.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we were in Air
Alright.
Temple Island. Um, what did we do? I believe
So
we talked to my friend in the hospital,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and
Yep.
we followed. We tried to follow someone at the movie, if a mover studio or the radio. No, the radio. The news.
The radio tower. We figured out. We talked with Mako at the end because we figured out that the whoever's doing this might also be targeting pro bending. Most importantly, the airbenders who are pro bending. Which one of them
Yeah.
will be playing in an exhibition game, which will be coming up now probably. So we went to Mako, said, "Hey, we have a suspicion that something may go wrong. So maybe you can set a trap there, or basically like set these people up so that they walk right into your cuffs, hands, whatever you want to call it." So yeah, we
Yep.
just basically just came up with an idea and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then we went back to Air Temple Islands, where some of us trained, some of us went on to do some other stuff. So yeah,
this is
Yeah, I
correct.
see. The journal ends with we inform Mako and.
yes, I'm adding to it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But
I'm worrying about
This
it, but
is
okay.
correct. And this is where we are going to start today.
There we go.
So it has been approximately 24 hours since our last session in game. Two of you have learned new airbending moves. One of you has learned a new waterbending move.
No technique,
Technique. Sorry, thank you. Technique. Technology. Yes, you learned technology. And you see a crowd has formed at the Pro Bending Stadium. You watched as there was an increased police
I
presence.
can see.
You can
Nope.
sense that there is an increased police presence, as requested by you three after the worry that the bending match tonight will get attacked. You all are sort of allowed to enter through a side door. Karma, this is fairly normal to you. It's the same door you enter through as a contestant, as a player. Gothan, this is your first time coming through this door specifically. But, maybe you could get used to this. Who's to say? Once you're inside, you are met with the sounds, the smell, just the general hustle and bustle of everyone getting ready. There's a big match tonight. It's a match with one of the, actually, the third of the three airbenders in Pro Bending. A kid by the name of... I did not write his name down. Rinzen. A kid by the name of Rinzen, who took a lot of inspiration from both Karma and the other, and Lise, the other airbender. Yeah. You three can choose where you'd like to sit for the evening. There is, of course, a team box that would not give you the best view, but it would get you very close to the stage. There's the normal stands, which would put you, a bit farther away, but also be very difficult to get up and move around because you'd be sitting in between other people. Or you would be allowed to wait backstage. You would only have the radio to go off of, but you would not be clearly visible if anything were to happen.
I see everywhere the same, so.
Yeah, this is true.
Now, I think still, to be able, if anything happens, to get there as fast as possible would be the skybox.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly,
Or we split up.
if you guys want to be in the skybox,
Hmm?
I feel like we should have somebody listening in on the radio because it could just be like if I start hearing something like
Yeah. And then I have the
I don't know.
idea. I will do the radio
uh,
because
you
I'm
do the radio?
mostly
Okay, that makes sense.
sounds and airwaves. And so you guys, one of you goes in the skybox, one of you goes in the bleachers, so that we cover all exits actually, practically.
Goth, out of the two of us, who's the most obvious?
You?
I'm gonna say it's the pro bender.
Okay, I'm gonna go in the crowd then.
You in the crowd?
Okay.
Is really that the idea? Aren't you like a
Ka-
pro bender
Karma
who gets
would-
a special spot?
Well, no, yeah, I think Karma would be better off in the skybox and
Yeah.
Goth in the crowd because Goth only played in one game,
Yeah, that was a
and Karma, you are
Yeah,
already
true, but
a
it was such an upset that
a well-known pro bender in Republic
Yeah.
City.
So you would have a special spot.
my reason was more like I wanted to draw them to that area if they attempted, or if we were going to get attacked, it would be less likely that I would be attacked in a crowd of people than if I was sitting in a skybox. That's just my thought process.
Damn you and your reasoning.
And also maybe your detective sense in the crowd might be good. Probably able to pick up some details that the others of us cannot. So you being in the crowd, having a look at most of the people might be smart. Unless the skybox also has a pretty good look on the crowds, then you have a survey.
I guess which would the skybox just have a full view of the entire arena, pretty much?
So the skybox is not one of the available options. What you have are the player boxes,
Oh, okay.
which do have a very close view of the pro-bending arena. You will be able to see about 3/4 of the audience, but there will be about 1/4 of stadium seats behind you that you wouldn't be able to see easily. However, you would be incredibly close to the match floor if anything were to happen.
True. I can move pretty fast, so I'm not too worried about getting to the match floor that badly.
Yeah.
If something happens, I'll get there probably slower, but faster than I would assume like Gothon would be able to.
I'm not that quick.
If I'm just sitting in the crowd, what's the view like there? Can I see most of things?
If you sit in the crowd, you'll be able to, I can't speak. If you sit in the crowd, you will be able to see everything. You'll be able to see anything that happens in the crowd, anything that happens on the field. The only downside is you're sitting in stadium seats, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get up and get other places.
Got it. Okay, that's fine. I'll take that risk.
Okay.
Okay,
Then
so
we
it's
have
so it's
Go
then
ahead.
me in the team box.
Perfect. So, as all three of you begin to move towards your respective locations, are you going to be in contact in any way?
Do we have a way to do that?
Smoke signals, probably.
No, in this.
Yes, the smoke signals. I'm sure Tufan can see those.
Smell them.
Know that walkie-talkies do exist in the Korra era. right?
Yeah, we have radio waves, so yeah.
Do we?
Yeah, with our radio.
I was gonna say, do we have radios? Is the question.
And we can say that we have them because we already established that this story is 5 years after our last season,
So we're
and
5
that
years
was
more into
already
the
3
future.
years after the Korra's TV show.
Can we just get iPhones?
No, I'm not going to let you have iPhones.
Nope, because we
Damn it.
don't want trash.
Like Karma, if you're nice, maybe you could have a Nokia.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we can play Snake on that, so good enough.
Yeah, and we all know that Nokia will exist in every universe
You mean
and
Iguana
will
Snake?
be as indestructible as always in every universe.
Yes.
Exactly.
If you throw it through the wall, the building collapses.
Yes.
It's the most dangerous earthbending weapon.
Yeah.
Nokia. I mean, if we don't really talk with the police, so maybe if we're involved with their plan, we could maybe have some way of communicating.
What will
Yeah.
happen?
I think we will have just like walkie-talkies or something.
Mm-hmm.
If we can.
What
Sure.
will happen is as you three sort of make your plan and decide to split up, one of the sort of foot policemen ends up running up to you. And you see that she has a paper in her hand, or one of you hears that she has a paper in her hand. And she sort of runs up to probably you, Karma. No, actually, sorry, Goth, you were the one who made the deal with the police. So she would run up to you, Goth.
Mm-hmm.
I go, hi, Mr. Iwantha?
Yeah.
I have the notes of everyone who came in. We wristbanded them on the way in as per your request. It seems that there are about, well, for a stadium of, 700 people, there appear to be 125 people wearing wristbands tonight of some sort.
Okay.
Here's the list. We tried to mark down what kinds, but it's not exactly our forte.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's something. So yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
And
you could make them do stuff to me because I just watched the episode with most of the blind jokes towards
Tough. Yeah.
towards Tough. So.
And Mako told me to give you these as well. And she holds out a tray, sort of takes a lid off, and you see that there are 3 walkie-talkies.
There we go.
With the Republic Police, logo on it. They only connect to each other and to one that Mako is holding.
Good. Yeah. I hand those out. Fawn, maybe just reach out your hand. Fawn.
Yeah.
Reach out.
You mean Tupac?
Tupac is dead. Just lay your hand out flat because you're getting a radio.
Oh.
There you go. There's a button on the left side. I think that makes it work. Talk into it.
Something like
Like a telephone.
In real life, I don't even know how that works.
Ah, that's feedback.
Oh, yeah, I think it works better when we're not this close to each other.
I think so too, yeah. But yeah, no, with this we can communicate, so we're not just sitting blind. No, blind, really, definitely. We're not going to be able to communicate with each other if we're all split up like this, so this should be good for now.
Perfect. Then I will head back to my post.
Yes, thank you again.
Trust you 3. And you see that she sort of quickly walks off.
Yes, a lot of trust all of a sudden, goddamn.
I mean, Mako believes you.
We're going to
Believe
ruin that
in
man's
it.
career.
Yes, you are. Now,
That
do
detective
any of
spot
you
might
want
be
to make
opening up
any
sooner
sort
than
of
I
checks or anything before you head out towards your respective starting points?
Well, I could always do a assess the situation and do the extra questions that I have for my move, my playbook
This is
move.
true.
Oh damn it! I don't have my playbook moves in there. Oh,
Oh no.
luckily I have. Let's see. I'll just add them, so you will see no dice for a sec. Playbook. No, wrong playbooks. I need.
Sure.
Yeah, this one. Because I have the life happens where you are. I know I have that, even though it's not marked here, because that's the one where you always ask one of the following questions, even on a miss.
Yes.
So I have Destiny's a funny thing. I have true humility, and what do I have? Why don't I see life? Oh yeah, life happens where you are. That's the one there. Oh, I had twice. Why don't I see true? Oh, there, true. Yeah, I have them added. Okay. So I would have this one. When I assess a situation, I may always ask one of the following questions, even on a miss. Who here could be a friend or ally? Who here is most in need of help? Or does anything here belong to my past? If so, what? So I am
Yes.
going to assess the situation. I'm still angry, so I still have a -2 on it because I'm always angry. I'm like the Hulk. But it's a hit. And that
There you go.
means I can ask one, in my case, two questions because it's also one of the move questions. Um, don't know if I could ask, if I could notice that with my new found power that what's her name?
Janora?
Janora has taught me. But who or what is the biggest threat?
I would say that you would be able to identify what the biggest threat to you is. However, it is going to be limited by the environment you're currently in. So where you are standing currently in the backstage area, you would recognize that the biggest threat right now is there are a lot of people moving about. There are a lot of small corridors and small rooms that people could get trapped in one-on-one with somebody else. And you three splitting up, depending on how loud the area you go to is, it might be difficult to hear the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
And then what would you like your secondary question to be?
I'm I'm dabbling between two. I'm thinking who here could be a friend or ally, or who here is most in need of help. Because I don't really care if anything now here belongs to my past, because
Mhm.
been there, done that. So those other two, but which one would be most useful? I think
Can I choose for you?
I always think it's a danger to let the GM choose for you, but sure.
I'm going to have the question I answer be who here is in the most need of help. And what I'm going to tell you is there have been a few attacks now on various provenders. Not only the ones that you were present at, there was also the one on Delise on Air Temple Island. In addition to, there was 2 attacks that happened that you were not present for on other provenders. The thing that you have noticed in all of this is that all 4 times there were attacks, probenders were injured unless it was Karma or Delise. Those 2, for some reason, were never injured. It might be because they were not targets. It might be because the attacks were stopped before that could happen. Or it could be because there was coincidence involved. You, Tufan, however, with your life happens where you are, would assume that it is the first option of they were not targets. You are pretty confident that Rinzin is safe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Karma and Goth would be safe as well because they weren't targets then, so they're probably not targets now.
Mm-hmm.
Just as Rinzin, so who would be then?
So there would be 5 other probenders on the field tonight, in addition to anyone in the stands.
And those would all be potential targets. I would tell that to the rest that how I sense it would be.
Mhm.
They know about how my senses work. So who knows? Hopefully they trust me. Trust the blind man.
So
Always a good idea.
you're saying that the idea of probenders being taken out is not the case?
Well, it is a case, but not all of them. Because otherwise you guys would have been targets as well, but you're not.
It's getting stranger by the moment.
I know, but
Not just
you got
They
only
didn't-
one in one game.
Just one,
Karma,
yes, but
you
that
have
was
been
also
a lot
one
of
that
games, but you weren't attacked that first time. So
yes,
you
it
were
was.
not
He threw a
attacked.
knife at me.
Yeah, but that
Somebody
was
did. Yes.
that was because you were trying to help the others.
the other team.
you are not immediately a target.
Okay, so who should we be looking at then?
The other players?
Yeah, except for Rinzen, because I have a feeling he will not be a target.
Well, maybe keep an eye on him anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Uh,
You can keep an eye on. I can. I mean,
Are they all going to be in the same spot, or
they're playing.
are we going to have some?
If they're playing, they're going to be on opposite
Right.
sides of the field.
I don't know if they have like
They have
anybody like on the bench or something. I don't know.
Karma,
Remind me again how many people there
Karma,
are.
what you would know as a pro-bender. During the match, there would be 6 people on the field, all of whom are pro-benders. During the game, there may be other pro-benders in the player boxes where Goffin is going to be, if any of them were watching games for strategy or for fun or anything like that. Before the game and after the game, all players would be inside their individual training rooms or in a small players' lounge that is also backstage.
Yeah, and I will keep an eye on that. Or
Knowing what I know about the attacks, have they happened where nobody's watching? Like if, say, like in like a private area, or
The first attack that you are aware of occurred on the pro bending match floor.
right in front of everybody.
Delice's attack happened in a private area. It was in the Air Temple on Air Temple Island.
Okay, so they don't care about making a show of it. They just want to attack people. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. How long would it take me to get from, like, the training rooms to back to the stands?
To the public stands, it would take you, assuming there was nobody in your way and you were sprinting, about 10 minutes to run all the way around to the farthest point. It'd be less time if you were on the
For an
closer side of
airbender?
the stand. Yes.
because you don't know that airbenders can speed up their run because by using airbending.
I'm saying this for
Yeah,
anyone
movie.
because I think this is also important information for Too Fun and Gotham. So 10 minutes basic. Airbenders are funny.
Mhm.
If you take any shortcuts, if you use any sort of airbending, if you want to go like over the field instead of around the field, it is going to be less time.
Got it. I'm
That is
assuming it
also
would be
going to be
a-
one of the few ways that you do not have to deal with crowds, which would make it a longer journey.
So me and Karma would be faster, and Goth could.
I'm
maybe
assuming it
use
would require a
water
roll to
bending,
do so, though.
to get there faster.
Both are correct, yes.
How about from the training rooms to the player box? Faster?
Easy. It's like steps away.
Easy. Okay, so before the matches begin, I would say I have like some bit of like an eye on the player box from the public stands, right?
Yes, you do.
I would say Goth, maybe you hang around the training rooms before the match starts, and then when it starts, they're probably all gonna make their ways to the player box. So
Sure, sound good.
These are also the same corridors that Too Fun said that he was going to wait in with the radio. So
Oh.
you have someone there too.
That's what I was
Okay.
thinking. Yeah.
I just don't want an area where nobody is able to be aware of the other players.
Yeah.
I can see, but I caught myself.
I mean, you can certainly hide him. There are enough small rooms, or like, there's nobody in your team's room right now if you wanted to put Too Fun there.
It's a good idea, actually.
And the fun thing is, I don't need to be able to see in a room to see in the room, if you catch my drift.
Mhm.
I can sense. I'm like a Jedi. But that's a different franchise, so.
This reminds me of a story of there was a blind professor who would forget to turn his office lights on for office hours, so his students would think there was nobody there.
Well, it's logical, because why would you need light if you can't see?
Exactly.
Mhm.
So So yeah, I'm going to maybe
was lying. I'd
sit
save a
in
lot of my
your
electricity
team's
bill.
room because then I at least can sit comfortably and listen to the radio and focus my senses on all the other rooms and stuff.
Okay. And I think we
All
have
right.
most of the places covered. Probably.
Then, I'm going to say that you all start heading out to your respective places. Tufan, Gotham, and Karma. If you would all like to give me an assess the situation roll for what you see from your respective places.
Okay.
Okay, another one.
Congratulations. It's all right. Get the battle rolls out now.
I'm literal blind.
Ooh. Tough. I'll never make it.
Wait, wasn't there something that I could do with my?
Yeah, you get an extra question.
No, not just that, but wait, at least I mark growth because it's miss.
Yes. Too fun.
But
Karma leads you over to where her team's training quarters are, opens up the door for you, and you are able to get yourself settled. You have a nice cushion to sit on, find a place for the radio where it's vaguely hidden so it's not emitting any sort of light or anything. You're confident that you are alone in this room, there's nobody else here, and that there's not really a reason for anyone else to come in here. Gotham. You hang around the back hallways for a while. You see that there's a bunch of people coming and going. There's some people who, walk out for water to grab something from a different room. There's people scurrying this way and that way with clipboards, with schedules, with last checks on safety equipment and players and everything of that sort. And then at some point, a lot of the noises of training sort of die down, and you see people begin to leave the training rooms, sweaty, sort of disheveled in the way that you are after sporting. However, some of them are also in half-dressed states of putting on very fancy attire. And something that does strike you as incredibly bizarre, Gotham, is that these people are not wearing Republic City fancy attire. These people are wearing like hometown traditional attire, which is not something you've seen in Republic City, even in like the week you've been here. People seem to be very modern a lot of the time. So seeing, traditional gear from back home is really strange to you. You do catch sight that everyone who is walking out of here is wearing a bright orange wristband around their wrists, those cheap paper ones that you had told the police to put on people. But additionally, just in the time that you're waiting for players to sort of walk to their boxes, you spot a person, two different people, both waterbenders, both wearing traditional Northern Water Tribe attire, both wearing those corded bracelets that have been popping up everywhere.
What in the cold?
Yeah, I just inform them on what's going on. Like, just a question about Republic City, because I'm not really from here, but do you dress culturally? Like, if you're from Fire Nation, you dress really Fire Nation-like?
That's a question for the DM. Is that a thing
Karma.
you do?
As you are walking out and as you step into the public area through the first set of double doors that take you there, I'm just going to have you imagine the camera zooming out and you just see all of this traditional dress, again, on all of the visitors as well. This is bizarre. Most of the time people wear things that represent their teams or things that are comfortable to them. Only dressing up if it's a celebrity or if it's somebody of import. This to you almost looks like this to you is very unusual, and you're not sure why it's turned out like this.
So yeah, I'll just say it's not a normal thing, and I can see them now. I don't know what they're up to.
Is that something we missed?
As you head to your seat, Karma, a lot of people start sort of noticing you and not trying to get into conversations with you, but just sort of being like, is that Karma? Is that the airbender? Do you think she'd say hello to us if we asked? Karma, would you sign this for us? And doing that whole song and dance. You can give me a, is it a sneak check? Is it a hide check? It's called something.
A trick, I would say.
Probably trick an NPC.
Yeah, because
I would allow you to use trick or rely on your skills and training, considering you are also trained in PR.
I'm trained in media.
Media training.
So funny. I want to do that one. That's so funny, actually.
well, yeah, I would say that if you ever watched Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, they really get PR training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a very important part of that type.
Hey, there we go.
Karma, you're able to sort of like change how you carry yourself a little bit. So you look a lot less open to conversation, a lot less open to like being bothered. But you don't manage to go so far that it's easy for you to move through the crowd. You're walking fine, you're not impeded by any means, but people are also not going to just jump out of the way for you. As you keep moving to your seat, Gothan, as you get to your seat in the player boxes and sort of just strike up a conversation with somebody sitting next to you.
Mm-hmm.
And Tufan, as you're listening on the radio, something becomes clear to all three of you at the same time, which is one of the premier pro-bending broadcasts in Republic City has decided to issue a challenge. Tonight is going to be the first themed pro-bending night, and you are to wear whatever tradition is to you. Unsurprisingly, this show is hosted by the radio station that you all were at a few days ago.
This guy.
You all get to your seats. Karma, you're squished in some row somewhere. The two people next to you are a little bit awestruck, but also not going to talk about it because that's rude and impolite.
Can you just imagine if just like, I don't know, like Robert Downey Jr. just sat down next to you at a baseball game and didn't talk to you at all? You're like, do I say something or do I just like?
Well, in Robert Downey Jr.'s case, I wouldn't think he wouldn't talk to you because that's. Just
I know he
not
would
who
absolutely,
is.
but that's the crazy thing is that Karma would want to talk to these people, but I'm on a fucking job right now.
Karma gives me big like Keanu Reeves energy. So it's like
Yes.
Keanu Reeves is just being dead silent and not looking at you.
Just sitting there going.
Yeah, he will not say anything unless you hurt his dog.
Then he won't also say anything. He will pull out a gun
This is
Or a knife.
this is true.
or a pencil.
Offer him a trip to see
Or
the
he will
bowling.
tell you that he knows Kung Fu.
Yes, he knows kung fu from a gigantic needle in the back of his head.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, to the final pro bending match of this season. We have a very special game today featuring the, what are they called again? The Flaming Fire Lizards. Three lovely sisters who have been doing this for, since they were little. Real up-and-comers back in the day. And on the other side, we have the Air Turtles. Bit of a strange name, but they changed it after their newest edition, Rinzin, joined for this match specifically. We always love to see new talent, especially at the end of a season. I'm, of course, your radio host, Rang Liu. You know who I am.
Who are you? I never heard of you. Must be a new name.
And I will be, broadcasting this live for anyone who wasn't able to get tickets or is stuck at home for other reasons. So, without further ado, I do believe the ref is going through the initial rules right now. And you will all see, or two of you will see, one of you will hear over the radio an explanation of the referee is standing in the box to the side. Both sets of three players end up coming onto the field, getting massive standing ovations. The crowd's going wild. Karma, you're getting jostled back and forth You don't have to stand up to see, but it is definitely like some of the bits on the field you might have to crane your neck a little bit just to make sure you have view.
Some asshole kids kicking the back of my chair.
And you get a quick rundown of the pro bending rules. You know, people are going to try and knock each other off the platform. There's certain specific band bending styles. Nothing new to any of you.
And next to Karma, there's a guy sitting, explaining extra to him how it works, even though he is a pro bender.
It's the kid behind him.
Yeah.
No, that's added to it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, he is in a public area, so annoying people are there.
While we're watching, I want to pay special attention to the light fixtures and stuff, because I remember what happened last time is that the lights all went out and then shit happened.
Okay. Give me okay. I do want you to roll for this.
Okay. What do you think? Assess
I'm
or-
thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, don't you hear those cogs turning?
Yeah, they're grinding. They need some oil.
Yeah.
Rely on your skills and training. for me.
WD-40.
Okay.
We have any oil benders here?
It's probably just
Ooh.
waterbender.
Detective Karma is back, first of all. So,
Hey, there you go.
what you are going to notice, Karma, is you're paying close attention to the light fixtures. You don't see anything strange right off the bat. You see that there are people up there, but that's fairly normal for the spotlights specifically. It does come through your mind that the power outage from attack.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so they didn't just like break the lights.
No, somehow Nalise is broken.
Oh. I can hear you.
Yeah, but... But I have to copy the link again because you disappeared in the OBS.
Technical difficulties, everyone.
Our game master is gone.
Exactly. Salute.
And...
So anyway, everybody, welcome back to Lancer. So excited to have all three of you here.
That was
Why
quick.
isn't it-
Yeah, I know, right?
Why
No
isn't
breaks,
it
no
working?
breaks.
Oh no.
It somehow does not work. I can't get him up. Yeah, just try that.
Okay, even more technical difficulties. This happens sometimes, people. Don't worry about it. We usually
Yeah,
get it
that's what
So far, so good. At least on
I
this.
Yes.
hear you, which is always good.
Yes,
Yes.
you're back
Yes.
on OBS as well. The
Oh,
link
I
works.
see you on stream.
Yes! I'm back.
Okay, we
I
can
moved
continue.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Light fixtures.
You were saying I have to tell somebody something, and then
Light fixture. I was telling
Don't
you
want
things
shit.
actually, Karma. You know that the switch was likely pulled from behind the scenes last time, so if you wanted Tufan to check where that happens, he's the closest person to those.
It happened again.
However, you do also notice something else. As I've just lost Phoenix again. Karma.
Yes, I noticed that.
Yeah, but we see him. Still.
Okay, good.
Great,
Yeah.
perfect.
There. Everything's back now.
Karma, as you are sort of craning your neck around, you feel your foot brush up against something next to your chair. And reaching down, you see that there is a tiny little device. It's maybe about the size of the walkie-talkie that you were given. You can hold it in one hand fairly easily. It's got a blinking green light on the front. And there's a big, like, chunky button on the side. And a little antennae coming out the top.
Yeah, I was about to say this.
I was almost thinking that Annalise would be like, it's like a big black ball with a little fuse on it that is lit.
Guys, I found a
TNT.
Nokia.
So there's a clock on it that's slowly ticking down.
Counting down.
No, but it looks like, it sounds like a detonator.
Why would I have it? Why would? Why?
Why would I give you a detonator?
Okay. Oh fuck! Why would they give me it?
Well, you are being placed in the audience. You technically did not get a ticket. So who knows? Maybe the guy that should be sitting there
Is a detonator.
needs the detonator.
That's a problem.
What?
Um.
Come on, Don, you can tell us.
Shit. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell everybody. I'm pretty sure I just found a detonator under my.
Sorry,
seat.
you found a what? Did you hear what she said?
Oh, fuck.
And you're gonna start hearing murmurs go through the crowd, Karma.
Karma, don't say those things out loud in the public. I mean, that's causing bad karma. Karma.
That means.
Remember, we're here with a bunch of cops. If you find anything suspicious, they are there.
Yeah. I mean. I don't want to press the button.
Don't.
My
Definitely
first
don't.
instinct is to look around and just. Can I see under other people's seats? Are there others, or is it just this one?
If you try and look around, it is going to draw more attention to what you just said.
Cool. Fuck.
So you can, but I want you to know the consequences.
I'm thinking about the consequences.
Gothan, you start to see the crowd like get really antsy, like starting from where Karma is, and just sort of like radiates out in a wave until you hear somewhere behind you. Did somebody say that there's a bomb here?
Fuck me.
The radio's connected to Mako, so I just.
Mako knows, yes.
I'm trying not to like say anything because if I say more shit, I'm just
Okay, let's see. The Karma, if you find anything suspicious, just take it away. Try and act like uncasually about it.
Just gonna walk.
Go to the
away
bathroom.
now.
Oh, did you need me to move my legs for you? Sorry, let me scooch back in my chair. As
Yep.
you do this down the whole line of people.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Everybody-
And I think this is a funny time for me to start the main event.
Awesome.
The button this press goes off. Cool.
The main
Too fun.
event and the big bomb explodes. That's the main event.
Tufan, Gothan, Karma. The match has started. It's not quite through round one yet, but it's getting to be close. It's been a very interesting game. You know, it's not perfect plays by any means, but it's a very engaging game. The radio announcer is very good at his job and is making it interesting, just very lovely to listen to. Very high energy. Gothan, you're pretty sure you like hear the crack of broken ribs at some point when somebody gets hit by something. And then all of a sudden, somebody stands up in the crowd across from you. Karma.
Oh fuck.
Gothan, you see them too.
Across from me. Oh.
And Tufan, you hear the radio announcer just sort of, his voice hitches ever so slightly. And then he goes, it appears that there's somebody standing up in the crowd. 2 people, even. Huh, that's a new one. Oh,
Karma,
looks like over there we have...
Karma, this is your moment. Start a wave. Good way to get to lose the attention to you. Do it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna start a wave.
Might actually be a good idea.
That's
Rely on
actually
your skills
such a
and training.
genius
Do it.
fucking idea. I'm doing that.
Yeah, and I mean, they would lose kind of interest in you because they start a wave, they follow the wave, and you just walk ahead.
Let's
Karma.
fucking go.
Karma.
Let's fucking go. It's a 14.
Wouldn't this be a trick? But okay.
Whatever. I'll take it.
Karma.
It's still fucking 5 and a 6 on the D6, so I don't care.
I do believe we threw it away. You know, you're sort of stood there, you take a beat, and you sort of go, what? And everyone around you just sort of looks at you for a second.
Just do it.
And then as you do it the second time, everyone around you stands up and you start a wave.
Let's go. Okay.
Let's go.
So
They
who's
just need a
gonna
second to catch
It
up.
worked.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the invention of the wave in the Avatar universe.
First instant.
We have to
Gotham.
call it people bending here.
Mhm.
Well, that's actually fucked
Oh.
up now that I think about it.
Crowd bending?
I
They are
believe
called
that is
people
called
bending.
blood bending, but okay.
Yeah, I
maybe
think
called
maybe this is-
crowd bending.
Crowd bending. That,
Crowd- crowd
that doesn't sound-
bending.
That doesn't sound great. Either way. Who's this guy standing across from me now?
Well, that's the thing. As you're looking at the guy standing across from you, 2 of you see that it's a man wearing quite traditional Southern Water Tribe gear, complete with the war paint. And he appears to be standing there with something in his hand. And then all of a sudden, you are going to see one of the lights. No, sorry, not one of the lights, sorry. One of the speakers blow out and start emitting just this horrible, high-pitched screaming noise near
Uh-oh.
where he is. Tufan, this is so incredibly loud, even through the radio set that you're listening to it on, that it drowns out the announcer's voice completely, and you cannot hear him anymore.
Oops.
Karma, Gotham, as this horrible noise rings out, you see that one of the sisters down on the pro bending field ends up getting distracted, and you watch as she is thrown into the water by a blast of air from Rinzen.
Get in the water.
The wave continues around. And do any of you want to do anything while this man is still standing up on his own?
I mean, is the speaker still going?
Yeah, speaker's still going.
How far is it from me?
It's across the
Exactly.
stadium from you.
It's across
It's
the
all the
stadium.
way
I can't
across
do
the
that.
stadium.
I don't think even I can get. I was gonna say if I could break it somehow, I would, but from that distance, I don't think it would be possible. Yeah. So, I mean, looking at this person, who are they? Are they like a cloaked figure? Are they?
No, they're just dressed in traditional garb like everyone here is, or most people here are. They're not hiding or anything. If anything, they're sort of standing there very motionless. And then the wave gets to them, and you see that by the time the wave passes, they're no longer standing.
Like they've collapsed, or they're sitting down again?
They're sitting down. It looks like they might have tripped or something, because they are having to pick themselves up.
I'm gonna quickly move to them and try to figure out what's in their hand, because they said they pulled out something, right?
Yeah, they did. You're going to start heading around the arena. Do you do this by the normal walking pathways, or do you try and go over, which is the quicker way? It will draw a lot of attention.
If nobody, We can't hear each other right now because we're getting...
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna start moving around through the crowd for now.
Okay. You begin moving around through the crowd. It's not necessarily slow going. You had already moved most of the way out of your seat, so you don't have to do that awkward shuffle again. But it is still a ways to run around. So if you want to try and make it faster, I'm going to need a rely on your skills and training from you as an airbender.
Okay.
Still a
Too
hit.
fun. You think you can pick up in the background of the radio broadcast that the announcer started talking again, but it's still very difficult to make him out with just the noise of the speaker over top. Karma. You managed to, put a bit of wind in your step and get around to the other side of the arena very quickly.
Fun.
By the time you get there, you're able to start sort of picking your way through to get to the man who had previously been standing up. You see that he's already been moved out of his row and that there are medics next to him. Gotham, you see somebody stand up on the other side of the arena. It's somebody in very plain looking Earth Kingdom clothing. It's very clearly nice, but it's not fancy colors or silk embroidery or anything like that. It's natural. And you see that they're standing there very, very motionless. Do you want to do anything?
If the speaker's still blaring out, I would try and get the attention of the referee, because I noticed the firebender one of the fire sisters get distracted, which I just want to call out as a foul, because that's outside interference.
That's against the rules.
And the referee should, pause the game for now until the speaker's fixed.
Sure. How are you going to try and get the referee's attention? He is maybe about 20 feet away from where you're standing right now.
Just yell very loudly from the player's box, also slamming on the side of it. Basically, just trying to draw as much attention.
Okay. Push your luck for me.
Come on. That's a 9.
It takes him a minute to figure out that it's not normal cheering. But then at some point he does look over at you and he sort of does a gesture, whistle still hanging out of his mouth.
So that's a foul. It's a foul.
And the whistle blows and you see that the vendors on the arena come to a halt. You watch as the person across from you sits down. Well, falls down. Karma. Oh, too fun. The announcer begins announcing again, saying that there's been a pause in the game. We're trying to figure out what it is. Karma, you managed to run up to the man, the first man that had stood up.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that he's sitting on the walkway between two of the seat chunks. And he's just very shaken. He looks very afraid of whatever has been happening. You do not see him holding anything.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'll run up to him while he's being attended to by medics. And just has... Do you know what just happened? Or...
Guys, why did I hear the game was just paused?
Can we still hear? Can we hear him at all?
Yeah, you can hear him.
Oh, the speakers are no longer doing the...
No,
Correct.
but we still have our walkie-talkies. They are not connected to the speakers.
But they're loud as fuck.
They're loud as fuck, but
they're loud, but you can hear through them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just called the ref out for a foul because the blown-out speaker caused the player to be eliminated. But now there are people collapsing in the crowd, which is not normal.
Gamma, has that anything to do with your trigger or the thing you found?
Figuring it out. Don't know yet.
Karma. The man on the ground looks up at you. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I got lightheaded and I passed out. Felt a bit like I wasn't in control of myself for a minute.
What do you remember last? Were you sitting in your seat?
I was sitting in my seat. I was watching and then I felt myself stand up, but I don't know why. And then I collapsed.
It's the power of the wave.
It's the wave made him do it. Okay. I will just leave him to the medics then, and I'm gonna try to find a spot where I don't have to scream, "There's a bloodbender" out loud.
You are absolutely able to find a place
Great.
where you can say, "There's a bloodbender here," without people freaking out.
Great. Wonderful.
If you want to talk to your, companions.
So I'll tell them on the radio. I'm pretty sure people are being bloodbended right now. I don't know what it has to do with the exploding speaker. Did I see something in his hand before he collapsed, or
Yes, before he collapsed, you did.
shit? Okay, well, he wouldn't know because he was After I say that, then I want to try to find where he was sitting before because he got dragged away, right?
Yeah, you're able to sort of slip through. Now you are going to have to play the lovely game of audience shuffle again,
Lovely.
slipping past everyone. But if you do so, and you roll me and assess the situation, I might be able to tell you more.
Okay.
Karma's just giving so many people so many close encounters today.
I know.
Great fan experience.
Plus one. That doesn't change anything. It's still
You have to
7.
be one of the players.
With a 7, Karma, you're going to have to look around for a little bit. Like, you have to sort of get on your hands and knees and, be on the arena floor for a second. But you are able to find a device that looks identical to the one that you had under your chair.
Okay.
You also think you hear the beeping somewhere of another device.
Okay. Do I know the direction?
Somewhere in front of you, closer to the stage.
Close to the stage. You said somebody else stood up, right?
Yes.
Is it the same person, or is it a different person who hasn't sat up yet?
That person was farther away from you.
Okay.
You notice that this amount of beeping is coming from a bunch of people who are wearing very prim, almost. It's very Republic City in styled dress, but founding of Republic City era.
Got it. Okay.
That's a long
I'm gonna
time.
move towards that. And
Oops, sorry.
yep. See, this is really bad.
Karma. You're busy, so you're not going to see this.
Yep.
Tufan, you hear that the announcer stopped announcing again for a second.
Too fun's not gonna see you.
Gotham, you watch as a person in the box to your right stands up. And you can see that he's shaking. And all of his buddies are looking at him kind of going, "Hey, Lee, sit down. Lee, come on, don't draw attention to us. It's not our game. Lee, sit down." And you can see that he begins moving back towards the door out of the player box.
Is that the player box next to me, or can I also see this person?
You can also see this person. It's one to your left.
So there's no way to get to them right now.
Yeah, you could either run into the hallway or you could jump the balcony.
I'll just, because I see them moving towards the back door, I'll also go there and just say, I'll just whisper over the radio. There's, I think, also someone here being affected. There's one of the players.
Tufan, you hear over your walkie-talkie this. Over the radio, you also hear somebody announcing, and it looks like one of the players is having a fit. Seems to be upset that the match has been canceled. Maybe this will encourage them to keep playing.
How would canceling a match encourage someone to continue playing?
No. One of the players getting up to leave and making a fuss about it.
Yeah, I'm going to try and open my senses,
Yeah, go ahead.
and I am going to take that action in accordance with the values of my principal. So I'll mark a fatigue
Mm-hmm.
to roll with reinvention.
Absolutely. Karma, you do have 2+1s right now, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought I spent them already on the. Can I have not spent them? Because I just. 'cause
I thought
I've
one
done
of them was new.
I've done 2 rolls since they've happened. So.
Check.
Yeah, and Fabro is giving out points.
I'm also getting one for next roll. Got it.
But bro, you gotta let me hurt them.
And I also got one, so yeah. I'm not. I have to use it then for this one, so that would be a 9 then for my
Congratulations.
assess to
With a
find
9.
out if I could find. No, Alpha bro, you can't give the GM a +1 4 because they don't roll.
No, but I get to use an extra technique. Because when I get -1s, I use one less technique.
No,
fair.
that
That sounds
hurts.
fair.
That
Sounds
hurts
fair
us.
enough. Let's equal the playing field. Let's go.
But at least I got a 9, so I can for on assess, which means I can ask well, let's just do that one because I can ask a normal question and the one from my move, but let's first do the one. What here can I use to find the person doing this?
Ooh. Too fun. In all of as you've been paying attention, most of this through the radio that you've been listening to, as well as through the walkie-talkies that your friends are communicating to you with, you've noticed that a couple of times you heard the information over the radio before you heard it from your friends. Very specifically, you heard the information about one of the players like getting up and leaving before anyone else had radioed it in. And you also heard the radio announcer say that it looked like people were standing up and holding something. Which, if these devices are as big as Karma said they are, only about the size of your hand, somebody in the skybox wouldn't be able to see those.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Why not? I'm sensing these guys. Does anything here belong to my past? If so, what?
You are aware that something here does belong to your past, your recent past.
Ooh.
These devices, as Karma described them, about the size of the palm of your hand, one antenna, one blinking light, one button. You all of a sudden remember that when you went to Vem Valek's hideout, your old gang's hideout, there had been something on a paper that one of your friends ended up talking about. Gotha just mentioned offhandedly that it looked like things that the give me 1 second, I need to find her name. Things that Zidani had been working on. And it matched this description. Knowing that those blueprints were found in your old hideout, and that now they're here, and previously, Vam had run to the radio station for unknown reasons, you're confident that whatever these are were made by Vam for someone else's use. They're likely what had been delivered before you were able to stop him.
So I noticed that the device is a device that Vam created, or at least came up with.
Yes.
But we do know that Vam is in the hospital because he was attacked by a bloodbender. So it's not that Vam himself made it.
Vam might have made it, but delivered them before he got injured.
I thought we only saw blueprints of it, not the actual prototypes or anything.
Not that you know of. Then again, you don't see.
It's all what I heard.
It's all what you heard.
Do I sense Vam in that way here?
No, not at all. You are confident that he is not here.
Guys, this device might be the last thing that my old friend Vam sold. So see if we can find any more tech that we found in my old our old hideout.
And Scoon, would you do me a favor? Because Vam stole these plans from the Pyrotechnics Guild. What's a fun thing that these devices could do?
Oh my god.
Well, this group we don't know that they just want to cause chaos, right?
If that's what you think.
Well, since it is from a pyrotechnics thing, I would say that when you press the button, some fire thing and goes up or anything not really a full-on explosion, but a small detonation just for one person.
Okay.
Almost like a airbag, but then with fire.
Gothan. You step out into the hallway behind the players' boxes. Karma, Karma, Tufan, you both hear that the second round has started out on the main field. Goth, I keep doing this. Goth. All these names are the same, I'm trying to track you. Goth, you see that the person who walked out of the box next to you is currently bent over in the hallway, and he seems to be running his hand along the back side of a pipe connected to the wall. He's, again, all of the muscles in his body are shaking. And he appears to be very scared and crying.
Yeah,
He's not
Calvin
trying
just-
to look at you.
Yeah, no, they would basically just look over and just grab the shoulders and turn them around. Try and calm them down in a moment.
Ah!
But also get them away from what they're doing.
As you sort of pull this earthbender away. Who is that? Who is that? Who? Hello? You see that his body continues doing the same thing it had been doing before you pulled him away. Just rotated a different direction now.
I just try and grab his wrist to stop them from basically grabbing onto something.
Gothan.
Mhm.
I need to rely on your skills and training.
Sure. Have a move from there. Okay. Reliance skills and training, which I have a +1 to because I got that.
Yep.
Nice.
No, not even with that.
Nice. Ugh.
Do you have a +1 right now?
I already added that to it. I have a +1
ah.
and then a +1 from the lovely audience, aka Amphipro.
Gotcha. Gothan, you try and grab onto this person's wrist, and you notice that if you keep holding onto his wrists, you are going to break his arms, because his arms appear to be moving not under his own control, and they will not stop because they do not see anything giving resistance right now.
Everything okay? You're really heavy-handed here.
I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not doing this. I can't move my body. Whoa, what's going on?
Are these walkie-talkies open? Walkie-talkies, as in you don't have to push the button to hear?
You do. Yes, correct.
So, or if someone talks that is not near me, I can still hear it, even though we're not pushing the button. Or
Gothan would have to push the button in order for you to hear this,
okay.
but you can hear anything without pushing the button.
So, are you pushing the button while?
No,
it's-
I would try and grab onto this person with both my arms, so
That's-
the walkie-talkie would be at my side.
You start to feel flesh like bend and give you a lot of resistance as you're still holding on to him.
Okay, try and bear hug him. Just like wrap
Yeah.
around him and try and hold him like safely.
I'd say with a big bear hug, you can safely restrain him.
Okay,
Oh,
it's going to sound really strange, but we believe that there is a bloodbender who is using the people of the crowd to cause issues.
Bloodbender? But no. The last bloodbender was arrested like years ago, right? That's not a problem.
There might still be some around. We also don't know the whole situation, but we're figuring out with the police, so don't worry about it. Just
Okay,
try and calm
yeah.
down.
Too bad
Of
I'm
course,
not
of course.
Mhm.
After a couple of minutes of this, Gotham, you feel that he goes completely slack in your arms, and you are able to catch him before he falls.
Mhm.
But then it's sort of, you see he falls unconscious. He falls unconscious, and then after a moment, he sort of goes, I can move again. I can move again. Thank you.
I still suggest you maybe look for a medic, because
Yeah,
your wrists are probably not that great.
good idea. Thank you. Thank you. Do you do anything else right now?
Probably look where that person was trying to search for something. I
Gotham,
noticed them try and reach for something.
as you look to the pipes that this man was previously reaching behind, you find that you can slip your hand just barely behind it, where you can't really see, but there's enough room to like hide something. And as you slide your hand down, you bump up against this device, very similar to the ones that you've been described, hiding taped behind this pipe.
I radio that and just go, okay, the person that was leaving the player box was probably blood banded to also search for a similar device, because I found another one here.
Phoenix, can you give me a fun thing that could happen if you press this button?
It depends on what it's connected to, but yeah, it could.
Anything
disable-
powered-
What you are coming up with now.
Anything technology.
You get 1,000,000 money, whatever the hell money is. In
I
this
mean, you
world.
can make an ATM box now.
In the Avatar world, they just have like copper pieces, gold pieces.
Yeah, you could probably take out an electronic device with it. You could probably
Okay,
press the
EMP
button and
block.
make a fuse go. so
EMP.
yeah, you basically make a fuse pop and make a device turn off.
Absolutely. Phoenix, you have a device. You can have a device, Gotham. Tufan, you hear the radio announcer. His voice sounds a little bit strained, like he's winded for some reason. But then he goes back to announcing as usual, and you hear that the second round comes to an end with a horrible, horrible loss for our dearest Renzen's team. They were, it wasn't a good one. They really have to come back in this third round if they want a chance at, winning any games this season. What are all of you doing?
I'm still going for the other beeping.
Yeah, you can get there. You can absolutely get there on time.
Okay.
And are able to sort of scrounge around and ask this man to very politely move for a moment.
Oh
Oh,
my god, what just happened?
dog.
No, myself.
Ah.
Chaos in the crowds, people.
Chaos, and somebody else stands up.
Slim Shady.
Okay, I'm gonna grab this whatever this other beeper is.
Yeah, you grab a beeper. You have a beeper. Plus one beeper. You have two beeper.
I have 3 beepers. I grabbed the one that the other guy dropped.
Oh yeah, sorry, 3 beeper. Two beeper and 1 used beeper.
Mhm.
And you
It's a
hear over the
pager.
radio that somebody else has stood up.
Oh my god.
And Karma,
Where?
all of a sudden, half of the stadium lights go out. Tufan, you hear this over the radio. After a pause. And it looks like a knockout for the firebending sister. Ooh, that's gonna sting.
Ooh, that's a burn.
I'll radio while I'm moving out, being like, we need to figure out a better plan because I can't just keep moving around grabbing these beepers.
I think
Wait,
there
you're
are too many
talking
beepers.
I have one here.
Did somebody actually say that?
Yeah.
Do these beepers
Right,
actually
I take
beep?
his beeper.
Do these beepers actually
wait,
beep?
so
Because
what
then
was
it might be
that?
easier for me to find them. Just follow the beeps.
Do they beep? I thought I heard them
I'll
beep.
let them beep. I'll let them beep.
Okay. Did somebody actually have a freaking beeper?
Then I'm going to walk around in the backstage area to see if I can find more beepers.
Assess the situation.
Okay.
While you were assessing the situation, Tufan, Karma, tell me what this beeper you've just collected does.
Oh my god. I could make it really bad if I wanted to.
Yeah,
you
I was also thinking, like, you know, if you have the right beeper, you can set off a whole chain reaction. So
I was gonna say that this beeper. So there's like water underneath the.
Yeah, there is.
To make this more dangerous, I say this beeper would start draining out whatever water is in the.
Oh no. Oh, that's dangerous.
at the bottom of the arena, ooh.
Oh, that's dangerous. Okay. Tufan, as you sort of walk around and start listening backstage, you aren't able to pick up on the noises of any of these beepers. And you end up doing a lap of the entire backstage sort of team staging area and find nothing. You do find Gothan, who is holding one of them, but that is it.
Found one!
Do you press
I'm
the
grabbing
button?
it out of your hand.
You do not press the.
You press the button?
No, I'm just grabbing it out of his hand.
Okay.
I found one. I heard the beep. Here, see?
Yeah, I found that one as well.
Oh, it was yours. Oh, sorry.
We're gonna become.
And
the
it's definitely
villains.
not mine. I have nothing to do with this.
I know. I'm not blind. Oh, wait, I am.
Exactly.
Oh, and it
Right.
looks like one of Rinzen's allies has unfortunately been knocked off the platform. It's down to a 2-on-2, folks.
Game's still going.
Is
Yeah,
Renton still on the field?
going without a hitch, but
Rinzen is still on the field.
Well, the stuff that's been happening in the game might be affecting the people, because now they'll have the lights are out, a speaker's blown out, and I have a feeling that something else might happen if another beep is pressed. So we just have to stop whoever is making these people press the beepers, because it's not these people.
how do we stop them?
Stop the person who's doing all of this.
Yeah, but do you know who it was? Have you seen the guy bloodbending or whatever?
No, but I mean, we have a suspicion that it has to be a waterbender, one of those with the fucking bracelets. I saw 2 of them, and I know Ranglu is over there hosting, so he can do it probably. I don't know.
Up there, he's in the skybox, but yes.
I'm gonna radio in just while I'm moving through the crowd still, and ask Gothan, do you need to see water to bend it, or see the source of the water?
Gothan,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I'm going to jump in here as word of God for a second.
Okay.
You know that you don't have to see water in order to bend it.
No, I don't, because the
However-
puppet works like that. The water's inside the puppet, so
Yeah.
I know.
And not
However,
only that, a bender
as soon
doesn't
as
have to
water
be
is-
able to see.
However, as soon as the water is out of view, you're only able to go based off of where you last remember the water being.
Yes.
For you, that's very easy because Dodoro, you can see Dodoro.
Mhm.
However, if for some reason you were told to bend water in a room next to you, you would only be doing that based, okay, I remember the basin is here. I remember the thing I'm aiming for is here. Let's do that and hope nothing moved.
Mhm.
Or was picked up and turned around.
Yeah, unless you are like me.
But you are able to extra sense it, so you still
Yeah.
kind of know where
And
it is.
also not just Toph, but all the Bayfongs after Toph, they know a
Yeah.
form
Tremors.
of tremor sense.
Tremor sense, yes.
They
can
were also
still-
earthbenders, though.
Yeah. Earthbenders might be able to sense the vibrations of the earth or
Mhm.
stuff like that. airbenders, they can feel air currents. They don't have to be blind like me, but they can feel air currents.
Right. My specific thing.
Firebenders, they create fire from their own.
I was
out of
trying to
their
get
own.
around to saying, does a bloodbender have to see the person that they're bloodbending to do it?
No, but it's easier when you do.
Yeah, at least in every episode of thank you, Foxy, love you too.
Hi, Foxy.
But for in every episode with bloodbending that I've seen, the person that was bloodbending had a visual.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Would you guys like me to be any more explicit out of character?
I mean, I've clocked it already. Just need the in-character information.
Yeah, I just need to figure out how to get where we can find somebody who is. So it makes it easier, but they don't necessarily need to see.
It makes
But-
it a lot easier. Which, if you're bloodbending around this whole entire arena, I'd suggest you want a good vantage point.
Yeah. So
Where would
should be? It could be. It should be someone just in the crowd bleachers.
Would it be, or could somebody up be in the catwalks above?
You know Karma, because you have quite a lot of experience in the bloodbending stadium.
Holy shit, that's a cool pro bending game.
So that's
New
our
sport
that's
of
underground kind of.
Hell yeah.
In the pro bending arena, you've been in the pro bending arena enough that you would know there are a couple of locations that would give you very good vantage points. One of them is the skybox, which is specifically made so that you can see everything at all times, except for any of the background behind the scenes tunnels, passageways, rooms, things like that. Or the bleachers, specifically the rows on the very, very back, would give you a fairly good vantage point, but you would not be able to see everything from those seats. And what you have experienced right now with how spread out the people who have had these devices are, is whoever is doing this does seem to be able to see everything in the stadium, which would make you think it is up.
Okay. So it would be. Sorry, just connecting the
You're
dots.
fine.
So would the skybox be the better option to go to?
You think so?
Or, okay. How soon do I think I can get to the skybox?
As an airbender, how soon do you want to be there?
Fair enough.
We as airbenders are pretty easily just jump and use our air to lift ourselves up.
The bigger problem is Gotham.
Oh no, we are above. We are in an arena with a lot of water underneath it. Goth can just create a tidal wave going up.
I mean, there's a lot of water there right now, but I hear that it's going to disappear.
It can't disappear.
Only if I push a button.
What if we just press all of them? Let's see what they do.
Yeah, just boop, boop, boop.
Let's just go clicker.
Okay, this was the end of our game, of our session, of Republic City. It's all gone.
Yes, we
Only the
become.
pro bending stadium. Don't worry. Nobody was hurt, other than the pro benders that got knocked off. Don't worry
Yeah.
about that.
And the people in the arena and the.
Okay. I'm gonna tell everybody that I'm moving to the skybox. I feel like maybe a distraction of some kind is in order.
Trick if you want to distract, but you got to tell me how.
I don't know what these beepers do I?
Yes, Phoenix.
No, it's just Tom's coming up with a plan.
I got 3 of them.
You got
Actually,
3 of
4.
them. 4 of them.
I mean, so far they haven't been harmful.
This is true.
Can I push my luck to not roll the one that, like, leaks the water?
Absolutely, you can.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Wow.
Karma.
Yep.
You like throw a hand into the pocket of your robe and just find a device and push the button. And you all feel this rumble just overtake the stadium. You hear a radio somewhere, Tufan. Go, oh, that one was... what's going on here, folks? It looks like the water is draining out the bottom of the stadium. That's not rules safe.
Good enough.
What?
Yeah, Karma, would you like to roll me rely on your skills and training to see if you can get up to the skybox?
Yep.
Meanwhile, what are the other two of you doing?
Well, if I got heard that if they told me that I have to go to the skybox, I want to go there too. But
Also
since I'm
rely on
in
your
the
skills and training.
backstage area, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna walk to it.
Now, would you like to be faster because you were an airbender?
I would then use my air to just propel myself, not to
Yeah,
fly
yeah.
up, but yeah.
Rely on your skills and training for me if you want to try and be faster.
I do not have to roll a minus now or a plus because it evened it out. Foxy gave me a positive and a negative one.
Yes. And Goth, what about you?
If I hear the
At
water's going
at
on,
least
I want
I
to stop
hit.
the game.
That's fair.
Yes,
That's fair.
try to catch the referee's attention again, because this is not safe.
All right. So what's going to happen here is Karma. Karma, I'll do you last.
Okay.
Tufan, you immediately take off towards where you know some of the stairs going up towards the skybox are. Foosh! You are running faster than you ever ran before your injury. This is something that you have trained a ton at Air Temple Island just to make sure that you can maneuver in ways that are safe. And now that you have your training from Genora as well, you notice that you're able to sense very quickly what you're coming up to when there are turns in the corridor, when there are doors, when you need to step out of the way of somebody who's like coming out of a doorway that you can't see. And you are able to very, very quickly end up on the top of the flight of stairs leading up to the skybox. Just about ready to push open that door. Gotham. The door's not locked, you're fine. I'm pausing here for dramatic effect.
Mm-hmm.
Gotham. You hearing that the water is draining out of the bottom of the arena immediately run back into the nearest player box, which does happen to be Lee's, the earthbender that you had restrained.
Mhm.
And it is directly next to the referee, and so you are able to fairly quickly get his attention, however you choose to do so.
Just like yell at them and go, the water's out from the bottom of the arena. If they fell, that's it.
Oh, it's draining. Oh no! And you hear the whistle go off, and the bending game begins to stop. Karma. Gotham, you also see Karma launch herself through the air
Oh no.
towards the skybox in the center of the arena. Skybox hangs above the pro-bending platform. It's got see-through walls. It's a little balcony area where the announcers can lean out over the edge to make sure they see what's going on below them. And you see Karma launch herself up, shoot out a gust of air, and you watch as she very, very carefully grabs the bottom of the balcony railing with her hands, swings once, swings twice, and then manages to backflip her way up to stand on the balcony railing, giving a little wink to the crowd if she so chooses.
My intention was to have the beeper be a distraction while I did this shit, but
But did that work?
Goth sees you because Goth knows what you're doing.
right.
Does
Right. You see, there is exactly one person in the skybox right now, even though there are room for 4 announcers. You see a man, vaguely wearing traditional Northern Water Tribe clothing, but not really. He's very clearly half-assed his costume. It's a lot of the jewelry, but it's still over a very, very Republic City professional suit, almost as if he's getting away with as much as he can within his radio station's rules. You see these braided cords around his wrist that are indicative of beginner waterbenders, or waterbenders that are sentimental. And you see that he has put down his microphone as he is scrambling through pieces of paper on his desk. You see that these pieces of paper seem to have a drawing of the arena on them, with certain points marked in red ink. You notice that one of them is your seat. One of them is the seat of the man that stood up. And there seem to be dozens of these marks on this page. He has not noticed you and is still ever so hurriedly trying to narrate into his mic while looking down below to catch what the ref is doing. Tufan, when you open the door, you will be able to recognize that there are two people up here, one of whom is Karma, one of whom is Rang Lu. This is where I think it's a good idea to take a break for the night. Because the next thing we have is likely a combat.
Okay.
So we're taking a break.
Taking a break.
Then we will be back in about 10 minutes. Go grab yourself a drink. Go grab yourself a snack if you like. And we will see you in 10 minutes. Bye-bye. And we are back. Hello, 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 everyone. Did you miss us? Because we surely missed you.
Aww.
I will give the word back to Nelise and see how she's going to obliterate us.
He's going to do a great job of doing this.
Is he going to?
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, I actually ran into one of my roommates, and he told me to kill you all. So.
Oh, okay. Well, it's set in stone then.
That's who you were talking to when you came back on in the room. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now let's see how bloody our deaths will be.
So, well, it's a bloodbender, so not very much actually. Now,
It could be
Karma,
extra bloody then.
you are the only one right now who sees Ranglu. Ranglu does not see you. Tufan, you do know he's there, you just don't see him. Tufan, you are fairly confident that the moment you open this door, he will know that you're there. So, Karma, you get a free round. What would you like to do? As a reminder, you can use any of the 3 technique styles: advance and attack, defend and maneuver, or evade and observe. Or, if you would rather, you can choose to use one of the standard moves, which would go at the end of those 3 options.
Okay. I am going. I don't know what he's gonna do, so I'm gonna take advance and attack.
All right.
And it is my goal here is I don't know what he plans to do with those papers, but I want to get them before he does.
Fair enough. Roll
So I'm
me
thinking
advance
like
and attack.
smash to
Yeah.
give myself give him a status or something like that.
Absolutely. Smash will work. You do need to roll me for advance and attack, though.
I just want to check something about my skills here. I think I can do something.
Yeah, you should.
Mark fatigue to advance and attack with focus instead of passion. Is this a powerful foe? I think. If he
Yes, this is a powerful foe.
Awesome.
It's a bloodbender, so
Is it?
I feel like it is. I'm on a.
I've never seen him, Ben.
Yeah, it's fair enough. You know.
we have a very huge assumption.
It's good enough.
Anyway, I'm using user momentum, which lets me mark fatigue to advance with focus.
Yep.
Instead of passion.
You also
And then
gain
you're-
prepared.
Yeah.
And I also get prepared because of it. I thought I had something else. I'm like losing my mind over here because. Oh, it's a maneuver. That's why. Okay, never mind. So I'll spend the 2 fatigue to do that and smash. Well, first I gotta roll to see if I even fucking get it done.
What you can use? A 9, then you are
Actually, it's a 10 because I am prepared, which makes it a full hit, right?
Let's see. Prepared. You're ready for what's coming. Clear. Prepared to take a +1 to an appropriate roll
I think this is the roll I'm trying to
or
get.
avoid marking a condition.
You can
I'll
mark.
immediately-
It says you can strike it to get that +1, so you can choose.
Yeah, I will immediately clear that prepared to get the 10.
Yeah, then you
Absolutely.
can just use any on a 10 plus, choose one from this list and set mark fatigue to use a learned technique, use one practice technique, or use 2 different basic or master techniques.
Okay. Then I'll use 2 basics. Starting
Okay.
with marking fatigue to essentially just get those papers away from him. I'd like, if I can, to not blow them out of the skybox, but just not where he is.
Sure.
If that's possible.
Absolutely.
Okay. For my next, I'm gonna pressure him. And say
Okay,
that-
and what approach are you going to say that he cannot use?
I'm gonna say he can't use defend and maneuver.
Sounds good. Then, Karma. You are able to very quickly sort of assess the situation, and Detective Karma vision kicks in. And you're able to.
Why do I have the feeling that this is like the Dark Knight, the Arkham series, that detective mode?
I am
Kinda
imagining
like-
Karma just like perched there on the edge of the balcony, so it fits.
I'm justice.
What's the
I am
bat
Karma.
equivalent in this?
Your bending team has bat in the name. I completely forget the name. Was it Turtle Bat?
No, it's the Air Turtles. This one was the. There was the not this team. This team was the
Hold on, I gotta
something
look.
else, the Cabbage something. But we fought
The
against the
Flutter
bad
Bat, I
people.
think?
There is a comic with a Viper bat. I am Viper Batman.
Viper
You're
Batman.
Viper Batman. Viper Bat Karma.
That was funnier.
You were able to sort of send a gust of wind through the box, and are able to rip the papers off of the desk that he's sitting at, along with rip the one paper that was in his hand out of his hand, and blow it over towards the door where Tufan is. They're inside the box. They're away from him, but you do not have them. Actually, you had a 10. Do you want to have them?
I'd like to have them if I can.
You can have them. You managed to flutter them over towards where you are and grab them. What you see as you're holding them now is you see that it is a multi-layered map of the pro bending arena, and there are a couple of red dots. Most of them are in the audience. You see that one of them is on the lower levels inside of the player quarters,
It are like
and there
red
is
flags.
one on the stairs of up to the skybox.
Okay.
It is
What
now.
does it do? Okay, interesting.
You see as Ranglu sort of starts in his seat and jumps back a little bit. You see that once again his hands go up in front of him. Karma, you're not sure of what it means. Gothan, if you could see this, you would recognize this as a waterbender prepared stance. It is now a new round. I would like all of you to pick what technique you are going to use, while I do the same for Ranglu.
Okay. I'm going to defend and maneuver.
I am going to as well.
I'm going to evade and observe.
Sounds good. So did anyone defend and maneuver?
Me.
Yes.
You get to go first.
I'll let Goth do his thing first.
Me? Okay. I will defend the maneuver then. Roll with focus.
Go on ahead.
Say just a normal one. And I will seize a position, which is move to a new location, because I noticed something going on in the skybox. So I just make my way over there.
How do you do it? You'll get there, so tell me how you do it.
Do I see the stairs leading up to the skybox from
Yes.
the player box?
Yes, you do.
Okay, then I make my way over there as safe as possible because I'm not taking risk with no water down there anymore.
Gotham is booking it to find you here on the stairs behind you, just really loud thump, 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 thump noises.
It's goth.
It's Goth.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You can absolutely make it to the player box. I will also say that currently you are preventing any sort of egress from the player box down the stairs.
Got it.
So, I believe one of the players picked advance and attack. Is that correct?
I also picked defend and move. I was letting Goth do his thing first.
Ah, go on ahead then.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Hey, there we go.
Would I have any idea that my friends are moving into position, or
You've heard Goth.
I've heard Goth? Okay. If I can, would moving at all? I guess seizing a position. I don't. I'm trying to figure out where I am in this like skybox. Am I blocking
Currently
him?
you are
from
on the
the-
balcony of the
Yeah.
sky.
Am I? If I'm on the balcony, okay. In that case, I would like to. Use one of my master techniques then.
All right.
You can use 2 master techniques.
Oh shit! Really? Cool.
Yeah. You can choose one from the list. Mark 1 fatigue to use a learn technique. Use 1 practice technique or 2 different basic or master techniques.
Okay.
It's or.
Well, the first one I'm going to use is my Wall of Perfection
Oh.
to essentially just create this sort of wall of air between me and him.
Okay.
But
Absolutely.
You and I are not. You're not next to me. I'm on the balcony. You're at the door.
I'm at the door. Well, I'm on the stairs technically.
Both-
And
both of you
Karma
are
is
at the door.
on their way.
We're sandwiching this guy.
Pack tactics.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
next thing I'm going to do is. Steady yourself. Okay. Retaliate, I guess? That sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
So if he inflicts fatigue, condition, or shifts my balance, then I'll inflict fatigue back on him.
Fair enough. Then it moves to advanced and attack, which one person did take. Because Rang Lu, upon seeing Karma on the edge of the balcony, is going to very quickly sort of jump back and just. You can't be up here. You can't be up here. And you're going to watch as he sort of staying exactly where he is. You watch as he sort of swings his arm around, and Karma, you see something whiz through the air towards you. You notice that it is a small, almost like rubber ball sized thing, but you can tell that whatever is inside of it is not solid. So I do need to remember, do I have to roll for my basic techniques, or do they just happen?
What was it again with?
With NPCs, it's something.
Yeah.
With NPCs, it was a little bit weird, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see.
NPCs always use a number of techniques equal to 1 plus their balance rating.
That's it. Yeah.
Cool. And then Karma.
Yep.
You are going to watch as this thing comes and sort of hits the balcony next to you. and you watch as it goes up in a cloud of smoke. Karma, he is going to attempt to inflict a condition on you. However, you retaliated, so he cannot do so. Your wall of perfection ends up blowing away whatever dust has been scattered up into the air, and you are not impaired by this. And you have inflicted 1 fatigue on Ranglu.
Nice.
Upon seeing that this smoke bomb was not effective, you are going to see that he changes his mind and begins to run towards the stairs. Tufan, you feel the door throw open in front of you, only to close again, as he realizes there is no running down the stairs right now.
Can I just stick out my leg?
Yeah, do you want to just put your foot in the door?
No, I just want to. The one who is running, I want to trip him.
Oh no, he sees you and he stops and he closes the door.
Oh.
So he opens the door, sees you, and knows that he cannot escape, and closes the door.
Okay.
You know, like a professional, obviously.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Totally professional.
Totally professional. And he will. We will move on to evade and observe, because that's the end of the advanced attack session. Yeah, go ahead.
I cleared my fatigue because I had one, and it doesn't matter which one I roll, so let's just roll. That is a full hit.
Nice.
So
Good.
I wanted to use at least this one. Sightless detection. Hone my awareness to be ready for any of your foe's movement and attacks, even if your senses are impaired. Well, they always are. Or they attempt to strike from a blind spot. Well, I always do.
Yeah.
If you are impaired due to your senses being disrupted, you lose your impaired status for the next exchange. So I'm not blind for the next exchange in a way, somehow.
We're gonna go with it.
And all combatants engage with me. So my combatant must choose and reveal their approach before I do, and must choose and reveal any techniques they plan to use before I use any techniques in the same approach.
Would you like to? Would you like me to reveal his other 2 maneuvers then? Before you choose your next?
It's in the next exchange. So.
Oh, in the next exchange.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you know what? I'm going to mark my fatigue again because I'm going to do this one.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I am going to challenge that foe. So let's just say I open the door again.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then I'm like against that the one that's there. Why are you doing this? What is your reasoning? It's a different way of asking what your principle is, because why would I ask literally someone, what's your principle? No. So.
What's your principle in life? Tell me about it.
I'm just doing my job up here. I don't know what you're talking about.
They must answer honestly.
You know he's lying.
They must answer honestly. That's literally what the move says.
No, I know, but it's a role-playing game.
Oh. Come on.
Come on.
I mean, come on. Just come on.
Come on. All right, fine. Look, I needed to make sure the pro bending games were still interesting. Is that a crime?
Making it interesting? No. The way you do it? Yes.
No one was hurt tonight, permanently.
So what is the principle?
I have a great idea.
The principle I'm going to say is selfishness.
And okay, I didn't already know the principle, so I don't shift their bounds away from center.
No, but you do learn it now.
Yeah. So he's just a selfish bastard.
A little bit, yeah.
He's making sure he gets all the scoops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that was it for me.
Then I have 2 more techniques to use because I have a +1. He rubbed my little hands together. What do you mean, hey?
I said pain.
Pain.
Fair enough.
Living in
Um,
Spain without the S.
I see. So the first thing that he is going to do is he is going to step backwards so that he is in the center of the skybox,
Mhm.
away from any of the balconies, crucially. And he is going to recenter himself. You watch as he sort of takes notice of, okay, there's two people on the stairs. There's Karma over on the balcony who's behind me, so I'm going to tilt this way so I can kind of see both of them. And he will end up shifting his balance with the commit technique. The other thing he does is you're going to watch as he takes another one of those like round smoke bomb type things and tosses it towards you, Tufan. And it will land on the stairs. Now, Tufan, for you, this does not matter. It's not like you can become more blind. However, for Gotham, you watch as the top of the staircase that you're standing on becomes completely clouded in this white powdery smoke. And you are going to be considered impeded for the next exchange.
Impaired.
Impaired, sorry. Thank you.
Well, anyway, I couldn't have gotten that because if I'm impaired to my senses being disrupted, you lose your impaired status.
Yep. So, that is the end of this exchange. We now go into the next one.
Everyone keeps fighting?
Whoa! Sorry, one at a time?
All characters who lost a bounce were taken out now resolve those results, but all combatants keep fighting. We all keep.
I'm not done yet.
Everyone keeps fighting.
We keep going.
Okay.
All right.
'Cause
I have to
that's what you
reveal
have
my
to
things to Scoon before anything else.
Hmm?
So I have to reveal the techniques to you.
Yeah, but we need to. I believe you already made one mistake just now.
Oh,
You gave your villain two approaches. You only choose one approach, and in that
Ah.
approach, you can use multiple techniques.
Techniques, yes.
Whoops, my bad.
And you chose defense and attack, I believe.
Advance and attack, yes.
Yeah,
And evade and reserve,
evade
yeah.
and reserve, which is not
Sorry, yeah.
allowed. It's
I only
one
saw choose a number of
approach
techniques.
and two techniques, or three in your case. I don't know how much pluses you have.
He gets 3 standard plus 1
Yeah.
from the lovely Umphro.
And not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Now he has 3.
I have an idea for this round, and it may or may not work.
Okay. Yeah.
We will do this. This is going to be what we do.
Okay.
If you know your approach, and I want to know it.
I will be using defend and maneuver.
Okay.
And you get to know my techniques as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to reveal your approach before I do, and choose and reveal any techniques they plan to use before I use any techniques in the same approach.
In the
Gotcha.
same approach,
Yeah, but I'm not
Right.
choosing that approach, so.
then
Cool.
you don't have to reveal it. Okay, defend the maneuver.
Spectre Gadget Karma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's how Tenchi saw Karma.
I love it.
I thought of Batman, but he thought of Inspector Gadget.
All right. Are we still just sending stuff, or would
I'm ready.
you ready? Okay.
So,
I would like to defend the maneuver this turn if we can.
oh snap. Okay.
I will as well.
Oh,
Ooh.
Tufan will not, I heard.
Full hit.
Oh,
Oh,
karma.
that's what I needed.
Okay.
That's what I needed. That's what I needed. That's what I needed. Okay.
Go for it.
I am going to ready this turn. Hearing how Tufan is getting him to talk, looking at the area around me, can I figure out how to turn on the microphones?
Yeah, I'll give you. I'll say that you can.
Great. So while this encounter is going on, I am turning on the microphones and taking favored if I can. Actually, status clearing. If I give him,
Wouldn't
yeah, I'm gonna
that-
give myself favored.
Oh, you wanted to turn on the microphone, right?
Yep.
Wouldn't that be more like seize a position?
No, because I'm already there. I just want to be. I want to ready it because I want to have it. I want to turn it on when he starts yapping again.
Yeah, but what kind of status would you give him then?
He
I'm
will
not gonna
start
give him a
yapping
status. I'm giving
again.
myself a status.
No.
Assigning or clearing.
a fictional appropriate status of a nearby character or yourself.
Yeah.
So you can also give him one.
Or
You give
myself. I give
or
one.
yourself one, or clear yourself, or him. But yeah.
I'm doing it to myself. I'm giving myself
Doomed.
doomed. Yeah, this sucks. We're dying.
I mean, we can, but
Yeah.
It's not
I
really
get one more, right?
appropriate.
Because I hit.
a full hit, so you can use
You got a
another
point.
one.
You get another one.
Yeah, great. I guess I'll just keep the wall up then.
More wall.
More
No,
wall.
all in all, it's just another brick in the wall.
Hate that
Needs
wall.
more wall.
This wall doesn't even have bricks in it.
It's just air.
All right. Then,
Then it's mine. Defend the maneuver.
yes, this is correct.
Come on, roll good. That's a full hit.
GG. Okay.
Damn.
This man stands no chance.
Well, first of all, because I am impaired, I will mark off a fatigue, because otherwise I will have a -2 to everything, so I'm not going to do that. Then I can also choose a practice technique and make it, no, mark 1 fatigue to use a learn to make it practiced. So I can do that, but will I? Because I can.
Yeah.
Questioning it, because I have something that I can use to help out others, causing the effects to be more difficult for the others. So, no, I'm just gonna. I'm actually quite good in this position. No, I'm gonna stick to what I did. So I will ready myself.
Yeah.
Basically, the smoke has been thrown in my face, and I was like, okay, this might mean the guy is moving out. So I will get rid of my impaired, as I am readying myself for anything that comes towards me in smoke. And basically, just because I'm on the staircase, I'm basically just holding on to both the rails. So I'm basically just body blocking the whole entire staircase.
Fair enough.
And then I can use another one. And because I was readied, I will also retaliate. Basically readying myself and able to also hit him back if he does anything towards me.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Sorry, buddy. I ordered tacos and they just came in.
Hey!
Ooh, delicious.
But yeah, no, that's mine.
Perfect.
What are
Then
you ready
Gothic
for, by the way? Just so I know.
Hmm?
What did you do for your ready? Just so
I readied so I could get rid of the impaired, and I'm basically body blocking the whole entire staircase so he cannot leave. Or if he does try and leave, I have retaliated.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Then we move on to Rang Lu. The first thing Ringling will do is you're going to see that he very similarly to Gotham takes a breath, steals himself a little bit, and you would see him sort of bring his hands together, and one hand runs along that braided cord, stopping ever so slightly at the various knots that have been tied in. He is readying himself and assigning himself the empowered status for his first action. The second thing that he is going to do is you are going to watch as he takes one of the tables next to him and he sort of flips it sideways to give him a little bit more of a barrier between himself and Karma. What this will do is he is seizing a position. He's going to sort of hunker down, make his stance a tiny bit wider. And with this, he will attempt to... give me 1 second. He will attempt to establish an advantageous position, but any of you can choose to block this by spending 1 fatigue.
I believe, do I?
I'll spend it.
Yeah.
All right. Then he is not in an advantageous position. He is still empowered.
Good.
And the last thing he will do is... Karma, as you move to engage to sort of make sure that he can't steady his feet as well, you're going to watch as he sort of throws something over the floor towards you.
Okay.
And you find that the ground around you becomes very unstable and very unsteady as he's thrown out a handful of marbles.
Can I make use of my wall?
Can you make use of your wall? Give me 1 second. He is trying to ready, so he is trying to assign a status.
Okay, so it's not an attack. Yeah.
No, it's not an attack.
All right.
But does your wall block statuses?
It says it blocks a single attack towards the wall or keep an enemy at the bay who tries to penetrate the wall.
Then no, unfortunately not. Karma, you are going to gain the negative status. I'll give you
Doom.
stunned. I think stunned makes the most sense. Unless you want to be doomed.
I mean,
Wait, isn't that stunned an attack towards Karma?
No.
not exactly.
Actually,
It says
I'll
you can
take,
assign a status.
Until I free myself. I mean, if you're letting me choose, I kind of want to take doomed.
Take doomed. Go on, take doomed. You feel that the floor underneath you gets very unstable and you are at risk of falling out of the skybox.
Neat.
You feel your back up against the balcony.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
We move on to Tufan. You are the only person who hasn't acted this turn.
Advance and attack. Let's roll what I can do. I can at least use one basic or master techniques. Well, I don't have any master technique, so it's going to be a strike.
Okay.
I am striking with quite a good wind blow towards him to mark 2 fatigue, a condition, or shift your bounce away from center, your choice. But I can also mark fatigue to instead choose to hammer you with my blows,
Yes.
forcing you to mark 2 fatigue or strike where they are weak, inflicting condition. And I just want to take down your fatigue, so I'm going to give myself 1 fatigue to give
Okay.
you to hammer down so that you mark 2 fatigue. So I'm like,
As you do this, Tufan, you do notice that he has a chance to very quickly throw something, and you're not able to see what it is, but you feel it land on the ground in front of you, and you hear a loud piercing sound ring out. You will also have to take 1 fatigue because he had previously retaliated. Question mark? Yes.
okay,
But he will take 2 fatigue. All right. Then that is the end of the combat exchange.
Mhm.
Karma, you are doomed, which means you will have to take 1 fatigue. And currently, Ranglu is empowered, so he will recover 1 fatigue.
Okay.
Uh-oh, Karma.
What happened?
You have 5 fatigue.
I thought if it's 6, I'm out.
Yes,
Okay, 5.
correct.
Okay. I'm aware.
Yes, yeah,
I'm aware.
Did you use the whole time with me? We rested before this exchange.
I've been using walls and shit to.
Oh, okay.
Next to the wall.
Oof. Okay.
All right. Then we move to the next exchange. Everyone, please choose which technique you want to use.
Well,
What technique would I have to use
do
to get him to start
to help Karma, but that would take me out because
Uh-oh.
yeah, I have my own main defend and maneuver technique.
Yeah.
Watchful protection. Prepare to save your comrades from dire straits. If any of your companions is taken out or loses their balance in this exchange, you may mark to fatigue to save them from the brink, nullifying the blow. But I only have 2 fatigue left.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't do that. I have to evade and observe.
I also have to evade and observe this round.
I can still keep going, which is.
But I know what I can do with evade or observe to help Karma also, if needed. Well, it's needed.
It is desperately needed.
I will already take 1 fatigue away for the choice.
You get to do that already.
Evade and observe, clear 1 fatigue. It says.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So, top of the round. Did anyone choose to defend a maneuver?
Nope.
Then, advance and attack. Gotham, I
Yes.
think you did this one. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with passion. Come on, good roll.
6.
No.
Oh no.
Nope.
Would you like to shift your balance?
There's nothing really appropriate here. So one is loyalty, the other's confidence. But I feel
Well,
like not
it
having.
would be confidence in, I would think.
No, because I just missed. Or I'm overconfident. Yeah, you know what? That could work. So that's the circle. There we go. I shifted my balance 1 towards confidence.
All right.
Were you at your center?
I was always at my center, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I was always there.
Then doesn't matter which way.
What basic technique would you like to use?
Probably. Yeah, I'll do smash.
Smash. All right.
Because
There
I
you
heard
go.
something flip over.
A table?
Something
Yes.
that sounds heavy, and I want to get rid of that. I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling I can get rid of that.
Okay,
What do I
hard
do?
smash.
I take the coffin and just throw it at the heavy object.
Oh, good heavens!
Yes, I've basically thrown a coffin with a person in it. Don't worry, it's not an actual person.
Dodoro just like flops out slightly when it hits the ground. Terrifies the man.
But yes, no, that gets rid of the.
Yep.
I do have to mark a fatigue for that, so.
Yeah, this absolutely removes his advantage there. Then it is my turn.
Oh.
Ranglu also selected advance and attack. And the first thing he is going to do is Karma. You've been the biggest threat so far.
I haven't hit him once.
You've dealt the most, like, equally tied for the most fatigue damage.
Fair enough.
Karma, you are going to feel all of a sudden your muscles begin to freeze up. And no matter how hard you try and move, you're not able to break free. Karma, you feel your hands begin to let go of the balcony behind you. And let me just put this in chat.
Mhm.
Oh, please do.
I don't have the fancy things that you all do, but it's the freeze blood maneuver. So Ranglu is going to mark fatigue, and then you are going to become trapped or doomed.
I'm already doomed.
So you will become trapped.
Oh no.
And
3 conditions or
yeah,
fatigue. I mean, I can
That
add
is-
4 conditions.
that is the start of that. The next thing that will occur is probably to Goth. Are you currently standing behind Tufan?
I'm in the smoke.
That's
So,
behind
yeah.
me.
Yes.
Yes, behind
Would
Tufan.
be behind them, yeah.
Then Ranglu is going to try and run down the stairs. Tufan, you are in the way. So he is
Yeah.
going to choose to strike you. He will not mark a fatigue, so he will do one. Give me 1 second. He will have you shift your balance away from center.
He is striking me, right?
He is striking you.
And he's not using a fatigue to hammer down?
Correct.
Then it's my choice.
Explain.
Strike a foe in reach, forcing them to mark 2 fatigue, mark condition, or shift their balance away from center. Their choice.
Their choice. Yes, your
So
choice.
I choose.
Go ahead, your choice.
Let's see.
My apologies.
What are the? No, I don't want a condition, of course, because I already have 3 conditions standard.
You're supposed to collect them all.
It's
Yeah,
not
they're
Pokemon.
Absolutely. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's see. So I'm. Yeah, I think I am going to mark 2 fatigue because I already taken away 1 fatigue because we can't. That would be taken off now. I would survive. I will survive. Yeah.
You can do it.
So yeah.
All right. And then for his. He does not get to take another one because his balance was shifted. So. Evade and observe, boyos. Your turn.
Yeah, I'd like to invade and observe.
Yeah.
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 me
I'll
too.
clear one of my, whatever the hell they're called, fatigues,
Fatigue.
which I'm going to immediately get back next time.
Yes.
In order to make moves, I have to mark conditions, right?
Yeah.
Up to
Yeah.
3.
I am afraid.
You must mark a combination of 3 conditions or fatigues to escape. How many
If I mark a
fatigues do you
fatigue,
have?
I will be out next round. Angry and insecure.
And the third one?
I am afraid, angry, and insecure.
Ah, I missed afraid. Wonderful.
Yes. What can I give him? Okay. So then I roll a bit. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
You are still doomed.
Well, we already rolled it for. Or we already did the thing at the beginning of the exchange. Unless you're telling me I have to do it at the end too.
No, it was at the end of the last.
Oh, was it? My bad.
Correct.
I thought it was the beginning of it. Really
No,
doesn't matter,
it's at the end.
time.
Yeah, as it says, every few seconds or each exchange.
Okay. Well,
But a exchange.
I'm gonna turn that into a 10 with my
is
prepared.
A few seconds because everything that
Okay.
happens at the same time.
That's a full hit then. Go on ahead.
Yep. This is a bad idea. This is actually a great idea. I'm going to mark fatigue again to test his balance.
Okay.
And get him to start talking again.
Okay.
Blabber.
Are you seriously fine with risking the lives of the other benders just for entertainment?
I mean, that is what the games are. It's what they always have been. Karma, would you like to do anything else? Because I know you did a thing a couple of rounds ago.
I want to turn on
Okay.
the microphone while he's talking.
Cool. That's about what I thought. I mean, of course. It's what the pro bending tournament are. It's an inherently dangerous sport. I mean, I'm not increasing that at all. I'm just making it interesting.
As these words ring out through the speakers,
Yeah.
I'm going to mark him with stunned.
Oh,
as I'm
okay.
going to use my second technique to hinder him, as this is what he
Sure.
hears after talking. Also, I caught a liar.
Uh-oh. That's a
Huh?
move.
When they
Oh,
admit their guilt
yeah,
and
just
misdeeds in
call
front
it
of an
on the
audience,
table.
Nice.
Oh no!
Good one.
clear all
Love
my
it.
fatigue and up to 2 conditions.
Oh!
This was the gamble.
Oh my goodness! This.
This has turned the whole entire situation around.
Not only did you gamble, you hit the jackpot.
Yeah. You played well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good one. Real good one.
Yeah.
So, when you
Yeah.
try to intimidate them into admitting their real crimes by using actual evidence, you can eliminate one additional option from the list on any hit before they choose.
So if I try to intimidate them at any point, they'll be...
That's if you try. You already got them to
But
admit
they
it.
admitted
though.
their guilt and misdeeds in front of an entire audience.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
That's a good move.
Tom,
yeah.
that was incredible.
It was so close to failing. I had so much fatigue.
It's
About
not
to be
karma, but it's Dawn that needs to become a reporter. I mean,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget to clear trapped because you are no longer trapped.
Right. Still doomed.
Cool. Evade and observe. We had another evade and observe happening. I'm terrified.
great. So,
Mhm.
that's me now. Let's roll.
I am gonna say that shifted his balance because that was insane.
Hell yeah.
I hope so.
Oh.
You know what? I'm going to shift it to 0. My balance.
Oh,
I was at center that is my center, which is a +1 to reinvention.
yeah.
But I'm now going to shift it back to towards restoration. Because I do want to use this one.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to aid karma in this. I want to make... You know what? I think it's fun to inspire karma in this. So, karma, you get the inspired status. That's how I aid you.
Makes sense.
I was planning actually to give you empowered so that you could clear your fatigue, but after this move I don't need to do that, so I'm going to inspire you.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Well then. That's the end of the round. Please.
How much
How much?
balance or whatever does he has?
He's not doing well. He looks
Or taken
panicked.
out?
He's not taken out yet, but he does look panicked.
So that's how it works, Don. If you are at 5, but during the exchange you still get fatigue back, you're not taken out unless the exchange is over.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Dawn, you are still doomed, so you will need to take 1 fatigue at the end of the exchange. You already have done that. You will see Rang Lu is panicking at this point. He looks like you see that his eyes are wide. He's like very keyed up. He's not entirely sure like if he needs to go after Karma and the microphone or if he needs to go like through you two and down the stairs. He's like looking back and forth incredibly quickly, trying to figure out what's going on here. It's a new exchange. It's a new round. Please select things.
Using a move you do all the way at the end, right? Or does a move go before everything?
Move goes all the way at the end.
All the way at the end, okay.
Yeah.
Because I want to use a move here.
All right.
Do you want to use? Are you planning to use the same thing as I am? Because I want to intimidate his ass.
I want to plead.
Well, I don't know which.
I'll let you try to play with him first. I'll take a maneuver or a technique this time.
In combat exchange, you only use techniques. A
Right,
move.
it's when we're not doing an exchange. It's at the end of an exchange. That's why we.
That's after the exchange.
After the exchange, so that's after the combat round or just after everything?
It would be after the round, wouldn't it?
After the round.
After an exchange ends, there is no requirement to go right into another exchange.
Right. So we can have somebody do a.
So you are able
move
to,
if
if
they
you
want.
want, do a move
Okay.
after the
got it.
exchange. The exchange ended, so we don't have to go into the next one immediately.
Yeah, okay, got it.
So you could use a move if you want.
Yes.
I will.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Do you want to?
Yes, I will try and plead with him now that he's basically openly admitted to fencing. And then I basically just try and plead with him, going, "Look, everything's revealed up to this point. Yeah, you've said what you needed to say. Everyone knows about it now. Just let's try and just stop all of this and just make sure no one else gets any more hurt."
You know what? I'm going to use the move
Help.
help to help you. So I'm
Go ahead.
marking a fatigue, which will be my last fatigue.
Oh.
So during if we have an exchange in the next one, I have to do evade and observe to take it away. Otherwise, I'm taken out. But I want to make sure you succeed with this. So I'm going to help you.
I think because of my moment of balance, I can just succeed, right?
You're gonna use your moment of dude. You should.
Because if I use my moment of balance and plead with him and basically say, "Let's just give this up," that could technically count as
Yeah.
showing mercy,
Yes, it can.
thereby
Are you
clearing off the
still- are you
last
still
drive.
able to do that?
Hmm?
Were you able to do that, yeah?
I have unlocked my moment of balance last time we grew.
Oh yeah, but you haven't
Yeah.
used it yet. Okay.
I've not used it since the last session. Because I
Yeah.
unlocked it last time.
Oh, yeah, and I'm still allowed to get one extra growth because I rolled a miss for
failed,
my
yes.
creativity.
Phoenix. Roll me plead. Or never mind.
And I
Yes.
use my moment of balance to stand.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Yeah.
Big plays. Big plays.
Well, Phoenix, take the wheel for us.
After this, basically just trying to plead with him the best Gotham can. And basically the smoke that came from the smoke bomb earlier just kind of clears. Gotham just kind of puts up his hands. And by his best way of showing mercy, just kind of stands to the sides, clearing the staircase. Because at this point, it's basically come out what Ranglu was trying to do. He was trying to manipulate everything, basically trying to get the scoop. And at this point, like beating him down and getting him arrested has no real purpose because he's basically just ruined his reputation. Everything that he's tried to do for his own selfish needs, to get the spotlight, to get the best scoop on everything, he's just like thrown out the window. So he's basically just at this point given up. Can no longer really continue with whatever he was trying to do because everyone knows.
You will see Ranglu The moment you start moving, sort of flinches a little bit. And then when you clear the staircase, you see that his muscles relax ever so slightly where he's standing. You see that instead of turning and walking towards the stairs that you have now cleared, the first thing he does is actually turn around. And Karma, you see a hand outstretched towards you.
You
I
think
can't
you're
hear you.
muted.
Muted.
Go on.
As in, he's trying to do
There
a
you go.
bending on me, or something else?
No, as in it's just a hand.
Like a
No
handshake.
bending. It's just an arm.
He's trying to help you for not falling off the balcony. I'm blind and I even see it.
I take his hand.
And Karma, you are going to feel yourself yanked towards him
Yoink.
until you are on flat ground again without those marbles under your feet. You can remove stunned from your condition list.
Doomed, you mean?
Yeah, stun is a status. It's not a condition.
Ah, sorry. Yes. Remove stunned from your status list. I do know you have it.
It was doomed that I took.
Yeah, you took Doom instead because you wanted to take Doom.
Yeah,
that's
but
fair.
yeah,
Remove
the trap was already taken off last time.
Trapped wasn't instated by this. It was a different condition.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The marbles
Okay.
caused you to be doomed.
Different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Trap was being bloodbended.
Yes. Remove
Yeah.
Doom.
that
Doom
was
is
taken off
gone.
last exchange.
I hope the mic is still on. I'm not trying to kill anyone, and I never was. I will not let you fall. You make too. Your radio is too good. And then you're going to see he puts your arm down and starts walking towards the door with where Goth has made space. Tufan, do you let him leave?
No.
This is the part where you let me go. Your friend has decided to show me mercy.
He might. She might have.
He,
Yeah, I'm the cheat.
He might have, but I don't.
Tufan,
What?
he's ruined. Everyone's gonna only see him as a criminal.
And where do criminals belong?
That's no longer up to us. The police
Oh,
can
no,
take
what do
him
you
if he
want?
wants. We are not doing anything anymore. We've done what we needed to do. We've made him admit.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep him here until the police are here.
Right down there.
You really would turn in your own. You know that if I go to prison, so does Vam, and your friend Bin.
Yeah.
You really don't care, do you?
I care about my friends. But they know what they did.
We'll see if they're still your friends on the other side, shall we? But if you won't move out of the way, I suppose I'm stuck.
I'm not.
Phoenix.
I once let someone escape like you. Not gonna happen again.
Yes, tragic. Well, we'll see. After all, I do have money and connections, and those aren't worth nothing.
But
Even
so the,
with the reputation hit
yeah,
caused by our little detective.
the reputation is everything.
Not
Which, if,
entirely.
and which, in this case, for you, is completely gone. You have no reputation anymore. So I think your connections are gone as well.
Well,
Mako?
Coming. Give it a moment.
It's a lot of stairs. We'll be there in a minute.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Need to do more cardio.
He's an old detective, of course.
While they're doing that,
Yeah.
I want to check in and see what's going on down at in the arena.
Looking over the edge, Karma, you see that at this point, all of the benders have been removed from the field. Everyone has been taken off of any of the raised platforms, and the game has been officially put on hold. It's labeled as a non-tournament legal game. It will need to be replayed at some point, but that is for later, when this situation is under control.
Okay. I'll just check and see if there's like panic in the.
You see that there is a little bit of frustration, but luckily there seems to be no widespread panic. Luckily, since no more of the devices were sent off, it is being played off by the stadium owners as, oh, you know, our cleaning mechanisms, they just malfunctioned. We'll have it looked at. It'll be fixed. We'll make sure Sato's best are on it. And it is being, for all intents and purposes, swept under the rug.
And Nelise, would you say that
Yeah.
what I just did
Yeah.
would be a sort of a personal sacrifice? Those two wanted to let him go, and I was like, no.
Why are you asking if it's a personal sacrifice?
Because then I can at least put one cross on guilty as well. Then I have at least a cross on all of my my reconciliation things.
I would need you to tell me, because what you just said was it would be a personal sacrifice because you stood against your friends.
I think the sacrifice would be letting him go because you feel like you need to stop him.
Yeah.
Sacrificing that part.
I could give an argument for Skoon here that putting him in jail also puts his friends
in jail. Well, his ex-friends, as he's basically also outed.
That's the thing. I think this is more ex-friends.
I don't know if it counts as personal sacrifice, but you are sacrificing something.
It's a personal sacrifice?
I don't know.
Well, it is a personal sacrifice to absolve my guilt. And in my way is because what I said is I once let someone go like you. He's a bloodbender. In a way, I was with the gang of Makwa.
Yes, but did you let Makwa go? Because that was also when you were injured, so I don't think it was Tufan chose to let him go. I'll leave it up to you, Dawn, and Phoenix. Between the three of you, whichever side gets 2 votes takes it.
It's the wording on it that has me like personal sacrifice.
Yeah, it's a personal sacrifice.
That's the thing.
You have
It's
to
a
let go of
sacrifice.
something
I don't know if it's
personal.
a personal sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice, yeah, but
I think I'm gonna say not this one.
no.
No.
All right. Then it's a no.
Try
Sorry, Spoon.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good try.
Yeah.
Mako ends up reaching you on the stairs, Gotham.
Go.
Ranglu! Ranglu, you're under arrest for the endangerment of the pro bending tournament and players. Please walk down the stairs slowly.
Mako, it sounds like you need to get back into pro bending because your condition is bad.
Yeah.
There's not time between the amount of paperwork I have to do for the precinct. Believe me.
Still, you could use some cardio.
Thank you, Tufan.
Maybe work with Cora again.
And you just see he makes like this, or you wouldn't see this. Everyone else would see that he makes just this very uncomfortable face.
I'll show you exercises we do for training.
I can also just teach him how to carry another person. I mean, I walked up here with carrying 2 people, basically.
Yeah, you had to run upstairs carrying a whole fucking...
Yeah, no.
Aurora is just laying on the ground right now.
Oh, no, shit. That's okay.
But with that, that brings us to the end of what I wanted to do today. So, from each of you, if you want to, I would like to give you a chance to tell us a little bit about what your character does after this.
Okay.
I can go first if you
Yeah.
want me. I think I quit pro bending. And choose to focus more on what's going on in the city and making sure that these types of attacks against people don't happen more often. If possible, I think I'm sold on the Detective Karma idea. So, if possible,
made something.
I would start working towards whatever police academy there is here.
Mako would absolutely take Karma and introduce her to the Force, introduce her to the training programs they have, and start her on her training for that.
I think I'll leave the duties of airbending and being the most popular pro airbender to people like Dalise and the other guy who I don't remember his name is.
Rinzin. It's all right.
Thank you. Sorry, they all have R names. There's like 3 people in this game that have R names.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to
Rinzin,
figure it
it's like Tenzin, but with an R.
out.
This is his canon name. I didn't pick this name.
No,
And Rinzin.
Rinzin.
there's the actual person that wanted airbending in pro bending.
Mhm. And yeah, that's where I leave it. I have a change of career and work to catch more liars in the way that I have today.
Yeah. That was such a good play. Wow.
That was a really good one.
Such a
Oh.
fucking gamble. Oh my god.
But it worked so beautifully. That's why I love it.
All right. Phoenix, Scoon, which one is next?
Okay, Tufan is going to go to the trials of his friends, of his old teammates, and he's going to tell everything they did to help in this case, to make sure their sentence is being at least shortened.
Mm-hmm.
So that because even though he caught the guy in the best way he thought was possible, he still feels bad for his old teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, he is joining Juniora's airbending squad that travels around the world to help everyone. So even though it's very scary for me, he's going in an airship.
Oh no.
Hey.
Tufan, with your help, you are able to get Ben's sentence reduced to the minimum that is required. Especially since you have proof and multiple witnesses that he was possessed, that it was not his choice to attack you and to do most of these things. You're able to get his sentence reduced. Unfortunately, he does still have to go to prison for a while, as does Van Valek, despite his late change of heart. While you are leaving the courtroom, you see Rang Lu arriving for his trial. And you immediately are aware that he's being treated much differently than your friends were. He's being treated better than your friends were. Whereas they were treated as criminals who are always criminals, you see that he's being treated more as a person who messed up. You can only hope that justice will be served.
When I notice that, I will go back into that courtroom and fight that.
Of course. Of course.
I think this is how we win, but barely.
This is the how you would, but barely.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
I will do all in my power to fight the way they treat him and my friends. They have equal rights. I mean, even though they're criminals, still equal rights.
Of course. Gotham.
Yes. Gotham would probably after this take a break for a while. Because this was his first weekend inside of Republic City, which went like this.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to be sightseeing after checking everything out, and eventually find his way towards the Entertainment Guild, and basically just help out there, and eventually do what he wants to do, and that's show off his art and show off his craft, and so eventually would start making movers with the puppets. So he basically become
He is going
Sesame
to make
Street
the Avatar universe equivalent to the Muppets.
Muppet. Yes.
Awesome!
Hey, remember when the
Yes.
guy who made the Muppets stopped a conspiracy to kill a bunch of athletes? It's
No,
great.
not that, but just because he uses puppets.
Yes, I'm using puppets, and
I'm just saying that
Man,
the real life equivalent
I
of that
like
is
the
like
lights. Let's go.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah, Gotham. You, after a while, get settled in. You make your way towards the Entertainers Guild, where you meet Zidani again, the waterbender with the prosthetic left arm.
Mhm.
And she, recognizes that you're new in town and offers you a place to stay temporarily, and helps you get a job at her, at one of the guilds that falls under the Entertainers Guild. It's hard work for the first couple of years. You're unknown, you're brand new, nobody knows why they should believe you. But after a while, you're able to prove your worth, you're able to prove what you're technologically capable of. And maybe she puts in a word for you here or there, maybe you find a producer who really likes the cut of your jib. And eventually, you are able to get your first mover produced. Dodoro in the center, of course.
And because of that, he knows it's time to make some music. It's time to
It's time to light the
light.
lights.
It's
Hell
time
yeah.
to meet the Muppets at the Muppet Show tonight.
Da-da-da.
Copyright, so we can't do that.
That's why we do it shortly. Then it's not copyright.
Mhm.
But that is where we leave our three wonderful adventurers today. Republic City safe from the corruptions of a very selfish media mogul, at least temporarily. And we leave the Avatar world for now. Congratulations, you all. Holy crap, you guys did amazing.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Awesome adventure.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. The things we did. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is why I love this system.
Hell yeah.
It was really awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope the people watching that also like this. Of course, if you want to watch any of it back, you can go to the YouTubes.
Follow
You
the
just click
entire
send a message.
series, and maybe you can pick up the clues before we did.
You can find all previous games that we've had on this channel on the YouTube. This episode is also going to get up there. Then we have the full set, and yeah, it was great. It was a fun run.
Hell yeah.
We will be back with a new game. 2 weeks, Don, or
2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Well, are we taking a full break next week, or can we? Do you think we could call people in to like?
Well, we are going to take a break, as in not going to stream.
Yeah.
So
If we can do
as
something
more
off stream,
as in
then
on
I'd
Wednesday
like
night,
that.
we could go off stream to for those that will join us for character creations. Kind of because this is season 2, a session 0.2.
Yes.
Just to remind us what the world is like and what we're going to be doing. and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
what already happened.
Then 2
just
weeks.
So in 2 weeks, we will be back with Lancer, ran by Karma. No, Don. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he will bring Karma in, the Karma energy in him.
No, he's too good of a Jerry. He's too good of a Jerry.
Love Jerry. I miss
We do
Jerry
need
so
Jerry.
much.
It will fall apart with us.
Yeah,
happy to have him
we'll
back.
have Jerry back. That would be awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there will be a lot of Mech Mayhem. next game. I hope at least we are back next Tuesday for Dragonbane at least, but we'll see. And well, no, not actually the week after that. It's Easter, but that's Monday, so that's not a problem.
Easter Monday, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So are going to go raid someone. Let's see who is available for a raid.
Right.
We've got Dutch Dungeon, but I believe we did that one last time. You know what? Let's go for the Brotherhood of the Dice. They are playing the Dracon Strain. That is a horror game. I believe it is it's an alien. It's the alien game. So
Yeah.
we will be back on Wednesday in 2 weeks with a new game of Lancer. I am Skoon. I am the proprietor of this tavern. I was here with Nelise.
Oh, that's me. Hello. I'm Nelise. I DM my own games on Sundays. We're taking hiatus for the next 2 months, so you can find me on my Twitch at Nelise or on YouTube at Nelise RPG if you want to see the old VODs. I will probably be back streaming in June because my life is about to get busy.
Oh,
Fair.
Yeah.
We are here with Phoenix.
yes, Phoenix, and I played Coffin Iwatha, who is now a Muppets Master.
The
A puppeteer.
Master.
A Muppeteer, yes.
Muppeteer,
And
there
no,
Now
you can
Master
find
of
me here, usually.
you go.
Hopefully. You can also find me on the Discord. I think that's already been linked before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
link
never
it
a
again.
problem to do it again.
Link
Exactly.
it again.
Is there a parody of Master of Puppets, but it's Master of Muppets? I have to know. I have
I'm
to.
Probably.
sure there is.
I'm sure there's a
Probably.
cover
I mean,
with
Muppets
Kermit
did a
singing.
lot of parodies.
I'm sure there's a cover. I mean, one of the Muppets is literally a drummer, so of course they have
It
to
has
do
to.
something.
I have to know.
Yeah. But no, that's pretty much where you can find me.
And we have, of course, Dawn.
Hello, everybody. I am Don. I was playing Karma, but no longer. Now I'm stepping back into the GM chair not next week, the week after. So I hope you'll all see me there. Otherwise, in the meantime, you may find me in the Discord and not really anywhere else, to be honest.
Yeah, don't really stream anymore.
Not really.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
So we are going to raid the Brotherhood of the Dice. I hope to see you guys on our next game, which will be Lancer in 2 weeks. See you then.
Bye bye.
Bye.